What is up, guys? Dashing here for episode 416 of Community Universe Mode and the second annual validation. It is finally here, my friends, this Sunday afternoon. And I'm so happy to have you all with us. What's up, Batman, more dynamic, hardline toe for everybody that's currently in the chat. Hopefully we get some more in here for this action-packed card here, London, England, the O2 Arena, my friends. As we are getting things started with the pre-show, before we truly kick into the main card, a colossal stacked card from top to bottom that features perhaps what some are calling the biggest main event and CMV's history. And of course, please just be a buffer right there. Had some trouble starting the stream there. I'm actually live early, believe it or not, but I had some trouble with a little bit of lag. I had to lower down the quality, so it's not going to be HD like usual, but it'll be watchable. Hey, what up, Big Vic? Glad you could join us. Hellish, what's good? Crizzy, I guess, is watching in spirit as he just messaged me as soon as the show started. What up, Echo? Got the game on one screen and CMV on the other. Scream. I could scream. Woo! Because this is going to be a great show. As the Boa Azrael, ladies and gentlemen, makes his way to the ring to kick off the show. You know, this time last year in CMV at the first annual validation, Azrael was actually challenging Randy Borton for the International Championship. This year, he seeks to get some payback against Mr. Money in the Bank. This is a rematch from some weeks ago on Fusion where Ziggler defeated Azrael. Post-match, Azrael attempted to jump Ziggler, but the Scotsman saw it coming and embarrassed him. Azrael then asked Johnny Sampson, really demanded a rematch. And Sampson has set it all up here to kick off the show tonight, guys. Again, the O2 Arena, London, England. I believe this is the fourth or fifth time CMV has ever come to London. And tonight we have got a lot of hometown boys in action. Chris Sanderson, of course, who we know will be taking on Alistair Knox in that huge double title match. And then world champion Hayden, who takes on the returning Bison in the co-main event, defending his title. But Azrael most definitely looks ready to go. Look at that pop. This, I have a feeling that this is going to be a very loud crowd tonight here. As we await the arrival of Mr. Money in the Bank, Jacob Ziggler. This time last year, guys, Ziggler wasn't even in CMV. It was right smack in the middle of his suspension, remember. He was gone for 8 months. And of course, guys, this beautiful arena, as always, made by the one and only Big Topher. What up, Cop? Big Gum. Jacob Ziggler finally this past month has been showing his old self, if you will. Started off the season real rough, taking a lot of losses, most of which were not because of him. A lot of multi-man matches, especially tag matches, that he lost because of Shane Scott. But of course, we know he took care of his former BFF, and lately Ziggler's been on a roll. All right, here we go. Kicking off the second annual validation as the Big Boa Azrael looks for payback against a very angsty Ziggler as of late. Referee rings that bell, and here we go. Ziggler right out of the gate, caught with a swinging neck breaker. Ziggler having in his possession, of course, that Money in the Bank contract he captured by defeating the Money in the Bank winner, Matt Devious, the Monday Night Fusion after his sentence. Remember, Devious won the ladder match itself at a sentence, then Ziggler and Shane Scott with that train robbery, if you will. to take the briefcase from him. Ziegler can cash in anytime, anywhere for a world championship opportunity. Oh, what a DDT! Now, Ziegler was a bit miffed earlier this week, bursted into general manager Johnny Sampson's office, was not happy about Sampson's choice of putting Bison against Hayden for the world title. Ziegler wanted his hands on Hayden, but instead he's going to be teaming Johnny Sampson, fed up, if you will, after all he went through with Schmitty, and these past couple months, Ziegler's been trying to bully him. Sampson's had enough, so he said, you want Hayden? I'll give you Hayden, but not in the way that you want him. Johnny Sampson putting together a team on the Fallout Monday Night Fusion, so tomorrow night, Ziegler and Hayden, whether Hayden's world champion or not, they'll be teaming together, and a poll on the website actually asked the CM Universe who they'd like to see Hayden and Ziegler face off against, and the universe chose the new Fusion Tag Team Champions and the Anarchists for the titles. So tomorrow night, guys, on Fusion, it's going to be Hayden and Ziegler versus the Anarchists for the Fusion Tag Team titles. That is not what Ziegler wanted, but it's what he's going to get. As this match starting off rough for both men. Back and forth. I like this Azrael tie. This is the throwback. Of course, Azrael, he's coming off a pay-per-view win. Back at Requiem, he defeated Ryan Kent in that tables, ladders, and chairs match. This is that throwback Azrael attire right here. The boa. Scotsman trying to fight up to his feet right here, though. Yeah, Hayden could be a double champ. He could be the 6th ever double champ, because we know that tonight we're going to have a 5th ever double champion. Alistair Knox and Chris Andrews putting both their titles on the line. Oh, nice little face buster there. History could be made. History could be made all of tonight, guys. So much on the line. More than titles, especially in our main event. The main card going to kick off with that match, though. Alistair Knox and Chris Andrews. And that double title matchup as Azrael looks to equate Ziegler with that top turnbuckle. The Realist just smashing Ziegler's face in. The first two-time champion. No, the first two-time champion. Azrael feeling good about himself right now. Ziegler trying to get back up to his feet. Thrown overhead with a fireman's carry. The Scotsman going to retake control. And now has Azrael in big-time trouble. Shoots in for a grapple. Deflected by Azrael, though. Kick to the pec. Goes for an enziguri. Ziegler saw it coming. Kick to the thigh. Countered, though, with a kick up under the knee. Now over the shoulders. And guillotined on that top rope is Ziegler. And here's a tweet, guys. Our first of the night, at least that I've seen, from Harvey Hastings, says, not one man shall be spared tonight, least of all Divine is, Azrael locking in the boa constrictor, but Ziegler able to escape rather quickly with a couple of well-placed knees to the back of the head now with a front headlock, going to let Azrael go as he shoots back in, but Azrael, the quicker. Oh, this is a shout out to old boy Hayden. With consequence, Azrael's been using that this season to get back at the Scotsman. Azrael hooks the leg, but just a 2 count. What up, Trouble? Have faith, my friend. I got to be a little bit biased, you know. I think there's vibes in the air. Not good vibes, though. I'm not thinking of Elijah. I'm thinking about Bison finally winning that big one. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see. Ziegler trying for a vertical suplex, perhaps something of the like, but countered by Azrael. Now, I thought he was going for a GTS, but a sidewalk slam, rather, out of the fireman's carry. And then a perfect pinpoint knee drop there. Lateral press. Oh, no! Dirty heel tactics being applied by the Boa, but Ziegler's a filthy heel himself. He knows all the tricks. He knows the ins and outs of the game. Not going to get this match stolen from him. Snap suplex right there. Yo, what up, Prince of Pain, my friend? Welcome. Don't believe I've ever seen you in here before. Hope you enjoy the show, the second annual Validation CMV episode 416 live from London, England, as Ziegler chops down Azrael there with a short arm shoulder block. Ziegler, I believe, is trying for something there. Maybe his signature mounted punches. But the realist able to reverse now. Highly competitive matchup, as it was a couple of weeks ago. Certainly wasn't a walk in the park for Ziggler to defeat Azrael. We saw how frustrated Azrael was after the match trying to attack Ziggler. But Ziggler with that wherewithal saw it coming. And now shoots for a scoop slam maybe? But a neck breaker for his troubles. Lateral press there, but only a 2 count. You can see visibly that Azrael is tired, struggling to get back up to his feet, but lining up the shot. Azrael looking for a second pay-per-view win this season by defeating Mr. Money in the Bank. Consequence by the big boa, hooks that leg. 1, 2, 3, and Azrael! Oh shit! Azrael getting back at Ziggler. His post-match attack 2 weeks ago didn't pay off, but tonight on pay-per-view, Azrael knocks off the Scotsman. I think Ziggler might have been a bit shook after what Johnny Sampson did, putting him and Hayden in a team. Azrael capitalized on that distraction and was able to score a big win for himself. Last year's validation was not a good one for the Boa, but this one, he nabs himself a fantastic win. Just as it looked like Ziggler was beginning to build steam, Azrael there to chop him down. But tomorrow night, guys, whether Hayden is still world champion or not, he and Ziggler are going to be forced to team together for the Fusion Tag Team titles, as they'll challenge the Anarchists. But look at this, Azrael celebrating a great win. Ah, damn, I forgot my water. Ripperoni. What are you, Italian, Maury? He bit him. He bit him. All right. Let's continue the action, my friends. Adam Valentine. The dank new attire. Getting on the potty, boy, baby. Maury likes being a jobber cop. That's his true calling in life. Sorry about that. Blowing the old nose real quick, you know. Still remnants of my cold from earlier this week. But guys, the action continues. The show already kicking off with a shocker for many, it seems. They did not expect Azrael to knock off Mr. Money in the Bank there. I was a bit shocked, to be honest. Especially after Ziggler fucking, embarrassed Azrael some weeks ago. But like I said, I think Ziggler's mind kind of partly taken out of that match with the announcement of him and Hayden going to be forced to team together just tomorrow night. Either way, the show must go on. As up next here on the pre-show. Oh, baby. Adam Valentine, the GOAT in London. And this has been a talked about match for the Genesis brand. These two finally meeting head-to-head after bickering all month long about which of them deserves to be #1 contender for the Anarchy Championship. They finally have the opportunity to prove it to each other and to the world. Of course, both of them are coming off a loss a couple nights ago on Genesis. Was Lance Martini and Adam Valentine teaming together, and they were defeated by Aleister Knox and Chris Andrews. And Lance Martini, the CMV Universe, feeling as though he deserves to be #1 contender, was back at Exodus inside of Rage in a Cage that he scored 2 points, was only 1 point behind tying Knox. And a lot of people thought that he deserved a one-on-one shot at the championship because of that. He didn't get a title match, but he did get a match against Knox, and he's the only man this season to defeat Knox clean one-on-one. Valentine, of course, got his shot some weeks ago, and he failed. But again, here on pay-per-view, the opportunity to get a big win. Valentine, of course, is coming off a victory at Exodus over Pierre Thompson. Adam Valentine, as always, soaking in his own greatness, if you will. Woo! Don't look too long at that attire. Might get lost in it. See my reflection in that thing. Let's see if the GOAT has what it takes to finally stop the party of Lance Martini here tonight. Yeah, listen to Prince of Pain. He knows. Just enjoy the show, you know? I like this guy. And here we go. The CMV Universe on their feet. Ready? 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 Oh, dab on the haters. Lance Martini is in the building. And this kid has truly taken the Genesis brand by storm this season. Not only being the only man to knock off Aleister Knox this season, but garnering a whole lot of other big wins as well. Back at Deathwish, defeated Johnny Vegas, and again inside of Rage in a Cage at Exodus, was coming so close to tying Knox. Azrael did echo. You don't know these vintage Lone Wolf quotes? All right, here we go. The GOAT Adam Valentine, the party boy Lance Martini. Nothing but pride on the line. Both these men want to prove to the other and to the CMV Universe that they deserve a shot at the Anarchy Championship. It's Knox. Knox is getting ready for his matchup on the main card. Preparing backstage. Biggest matchup of his career against Chris Andrews. Double title match, shinbreaker, back suplex combo right there. I'm going to have to change my batteries after this match. The old classic dashing. Front headlock by Valentine here now. Taking a hold of Martini's neck for a cravat neck breaker. Look at that. Lance Martini with the wherewithal to roll out to the apron, using the ropes to bring himself back up to his feet. And Valentine got to be careful. Could get disqualified. If he, just going to punch Lance Martini directly in the face, knocking him down to the outside like a stack of stones. Like a stack of stones this time. Changing it up a bit. Doesn't always have to be a sack, all right? Referee Murphy, of course, calling the action here tonight at Validation. Already at the count of 3. Oh, man! That fucking butterfly lung blower. Double knees right to the midsection. And Lance Martini not allowing Adam Valentine to get back up to his feet at the count of 5 now. Count of 6. Valentine brought back up to his feet. Lance Martini not wanting to see this bout end via a double count out or a count out either way. I'm sure Adam Valentine wouldn't mind weaseling away with that cheeky kind of win, you know, as Chris Andrews would say. Hey, it's a legit way to win, you know. Oh, nice little, was that I can't tell if that was like a rear view or a back elbow. Maybe a little combination of both. Arm drag overhead. Now Valentine shoots in, but a jawbreaker going to create some distance. As now the party boy closes in on him. Drops down behind out of that scoop slam attempt. Punch to the back of the head. The goat shoots it now. Tilt the whirl, and then a DDT to spike him right down onto that dirty blonde head of his. And now there's the rugged, aggressive side of Adam Valentine peeking through as he just chokes out Lance. And an elbow drop attempt off the second turnbuckle does not come to fruition for him. Lance Martini able to move out of the way. Just standing there, though, is Lance now going to get caught with an arm drag. Rebounds. Chest bump showing good sportsmanship. Nah. Lance Martini grabs him by the back of the head. Going to take him for a little bit of a walk. Leads him up against them ropes. Slingshot. Going to fling him back into the ring. Out to the top rope. Oh! Martini could be looking to finish already. Oh, I thought he was going to go for his elbow drop. What is this? 450! Oh, man. Mamma mia. Beautiful form there, and Lance not done. Grabbing Valentine by his arm, shoots him overhead with a little bit of a monkey flip. And a tweet here, guys. Oh, wait a minute. Lance Martini shooting for a signature. Reverses with a stomp to the quad, does the GOAT, who now closes in, maybe looking for his pile driver. But Lance going to take it right back, kick to the gut, claps the temples, rejected by the party boy, who now looks to give Valentine a one-night stand. Oh, Lance wasted no time. Lines up his shot. Goes for that swing of reverse STO, but Valentine doing his homework. Knew what was coming. Able to reverse with a little bit of a clutch. Takes him for a walk. Snapmare, seated position. Valentine going to slow things down. Punch to the temple. Now grab. Oh, rake of the eyes. Referee didn't see it. Valentine with the dirty heel tactics. Now the slapjack. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, but only a 2 count. Valentine can't believe it. He thought he had the match won right there. Valentine's resiliency shining through, though, keeping him alive for now, but for how long? He's got to make a reversal, got to find an opening and capitalize on it, like right here. European uppercut now, middle of the ring. Oh, counter, does Valentine? Oh, maybe not. A little bit of a corkscrew takedown. As now the party boy going to go for a desperation pin, hooking the leg, making sure that Valentine's nowhere near the ropes with just a 1 count. A new attire idea, eh? I'm sure you can find it. You should do another military attire. That one from Ascendance 4 was beautiful. You should do another one like that. What the hell is that? Oh my God! Lighten up that chest like the 4th of July! Then a drop kick from the top rope. That was awesome. Lance with that innovative offense. And not done either. I guess it's a 2-night stand for Adam Valentine. The party boy in firm control right now. Valentine's got to turn the tides, or he's going home empty-handed. Hero slam by Lance. Hooks that leg pretty close to the ropes, but no rope break for Adam. Luckily, he kicks out in his own regard at 1.5. You see Lance Martini a bit tired. He's huffing and puffing, but scales to the top rope, pushes through, and we know what the party boy is going for here. Elbow drop connects flush. Hooking that leg to bring it home. Uno, dos, tres, and Lance Martini, baby. Gonna continue the partying. A competitive, fast-paced, back-and-forth matchup, but it seems like the party levels were up just a little bit too high for the GOAT to withstand tonight. Valentine thought he had it here at the rake in the eyes of Lance Martini, pulled off the slapjack, but the party boy was able to survive. And there's that elbow drop that finished off the GOAT. Lance Martini victorious once again on pay-per-view. And it's got to be hard to argue now against him deserving a championship opportunity. The question is, who walks out of Validation tonight with the Anarchy Championship and the International Championship? We'll find out later on. Alistair Knox, Chris Andrews, the first match of the main card, double title matchup. One man going to become only the 5th ever superstar in CMV history to hold 2 titles at one time. The first, of course, being Hayden when he won the Intercontinental Championship as world champion to form the Undisputed Championship that we now have today. And then there was Troy Voodoo, who held the world title and the international title at the same time, same as Hayden. And then, of course, there were Webb. Justin Edwards and Adam Bradley held the World Tag Team titles and the Fusion Tag Team titles at the same time. Give me just one moment. Zach Penn was never a double champion. I don't know where you got that from. He never held 2 titles at once. Hey, what up, Enrage? Good to have you, my friend. Been one hell of a show so far. We still have a lot to get to. Not even at the main card yet. Still have a few matches to go here on the pre-show. Up next, tag team action coming our way. Oh, we're going to get those dang pay-per-view tires. Does Bannon have a pay-per-view tire? He does not. I think Billy might, right? No? Okay, whatever. Get everything in order. Died before it even started, Topher. I think Cop said he's going to use it for something, though. It's a good arena, so it's good that I won't go to use. All right. No, Enrage, he is not. This is a pay-per-view. This is the 2nd annual Validation. We are live from London, England, the O2 Arena. And like I said, still a whole lot to get to. As up next here on the pre-show tag team action, our first, of course, of 3 tag team matches to come tonight. The other 2, of course, being the 8-man elimination tag matches on the main card. Team King versus Team Divine. And then that colossal main event, what some are calling the biggest main event in CMV history, Click versus Team Stewart, with a whole lot on the line. Some big-time implications hanging in the... hanging above that matchup, no doubt about it. Of course, we still have three championship matches tonight as well. Up next after this, Black Gale going to be challenging Matseo Yum for the Rising Star title. Then we have the light heavyweight title on the line. That rubber match that everybody on their mama's been waiting for. Ryan Kent and Andrew Briggs. And then, of course, the World Championship in the Coleman event going to be decided as Bison returns. Looking to finally win the big one as he challenges the man who currently sits atop the mountain in CMV in his hometown, Hayden, baby. HT Kitely, but here we go. The former Fusion Tag Team Champions getting those solo entrances tonight. You uploaded them too late, Maury. I was out all day yesterday. I didn't have time to get any of the new attires. I don't have Elijah, Ken, or Gale. Unfortunately. Yeah. That seems to be a pretty big problem. People ripping others' cause, you know? I'd never do anything like that. Right, Cop? There we go. Bloody Justice in the ring. As here comes his good friend and tag team partner, the former military man. And Rise. Blood and Stone, the former Fusion Tag Team Champions. They lost their belts 6 weeks ago at Requiem. Failed to get them back. As of late, Blood and Stone have been struggling to grab themselves some wins after being so dominant when they held the tag team titles. And they're looking to finally bounce back here tonight. They've got an unorthodox challenge lying in front of them, though. Because Bloody Justice and Rise are, of course, taking on the team of this man, the Harbinger of Darkness, former Anarchy champion, and Bannon. Lance Martini did, Echo. Great matchup. Oh. Alexa making her appearance for the pay-per-view. Off. Fucking retard. Bannon badass in his way from the back towards the ring. And we all know that Bannon and his tag team partner Billy do not want to be here in this situation with each other, but it's either that or go to jail for 25 years. 25 to life after what they did. We know they spent the past, better part of 4 or 5 months battling each other everywhere. I mean, movie theaters, guys, churches, carnivals, strip clubs, and finally, they took their fight to a fucking airliner. And, well, by the time they pretty much hijacked the plane, Johnny Sampson had some serious strings to pull in order to keep them out of prison. But in order to do so, he said, you guys got to stop this fighting, and you got to work together. Bannon's in the ring as here he comes, the two-time light heavyweight champion, the Hillbilly Outlaw, Billy Weaver, ladies and gentlemen. Even though these two men, they hate each other, they do not want to be tag team partners. You gotta do what you gotta do. Billy Weaver's got kids to feed. Bannon's got taxes to pay. This unlikely alliance brought together as they take on former tag team champions. Certainly a tough test in their first matchup as a team. Of course, Billy Weaver's coming off a win earlier this week on Fusion over Rise, and post-match they shared a handshake, showing some respect. So I thought we were going to get maybe another handshake here, but instead Bloody Justice fucking just tackling Bannon right out of the gate. The two heavy hitters starting things off against each other here. Yep. Bloody Justice is most definitely a unique personality, coming straight out the bloody forest. Gets his goggles raked, then a Fury Punch. Bannon, though, kicked back, now a DDT to follow through by the CMV veteran. Irish whip into the corner of Blood and Stone. An early tag, and in comes Rise as we're going to get an assisted crossbody, and Rise, the big man, goes flying with a shoulder tackle. Bannon, though, hot tag, and here comes Billy already with a fire lit up under his ass. Clothesline to chop him down. Forearm smash. A little bit of a rematch from earlier this week. Not a low clothesline. Billy Weaver already riding high here at Validation. This time last year, I don't believe I recall Billy Weaver having a match at last year's Validation. Bannon was a part of the tug of war match. He was a part of Team Fusion, of course. But I don't recall Billy Weaver having a match. Oh, misses that elbow drop right there. Rise able to move out of the way. Now eyeing Billy Weaver up and down. Misses that hook to the jaw horribly, but a forearm smash to retaliate. And another one for your troubles. Goes for an overhand, but Rise catches him. Watch out, Murphy put back in the corner of Blood and Stone. Loving the teamwork by the former champion so far. Bannon coming in, trying to talk Blood and Stone out of it. Assisted crossbody, though. Able to connect beautifully. As now BJ just going to choke the life out of Weaver here. Grabbing him by that chrome dome. Bloody Justice brings Billy to a vertical base. Harsh Irish whip into those turnbuckles. Spine just going to ricochet out of the corner. Punch to the throat, then a chop. Whew. Nice combination right there by the Bloody One. As Bannon watches from the apron, fixing his trousers. Weaver tries to fight out of it. Luthez press. The Hillbilly Outlaw shining through. Right hand after right hand. Just smacking BJ up. Standard tag team matchup of Bannon. Actually, I don't know if that's a sarcastic clap or he's actually trying to cheer Billy on. I mean, they have to work together, you know. One of them loses, so does the other. One of them wins, so does the other. They get that big winner's check, you know. Dragon Screw by Weaver. Now Billy grabbing up Bloody by his goggles. Brings him up to a seat, but now an Irish whip. And the former Fusion Tag Team Champion looking for something deadly here. Billy Weaver not going to appreciate this. The Hillbilly Outlaw from the apron into the ring. The strength of BJ is incomparable with that Falcon Arrow. And now Justice wants to dish out the pain all on his own. Lining up the shot, and Weaver could be in big trouble as we get a Spider Bomb. Hooking that leg. Can Bannon make the save? Yes, he can at the count of one. And here comes Rise. Not too happy about that. Bannon just throwing himself at Bloody Justice here, trying to help out Weaver a little bit. And maybe the distraction did indeed reverse DDT, but Bannon got to be weary of the count out here. Doesn't want to get him and Billy disqualified. Now Weaver going to be able to battle back. And all the commotion. Catching Bloody Justice with these triple back elbows right to the side of the head. Fake, oh my God, what was his name? Oh, Aiden Albright, Topher. For his, he had one match, I think, that gauntlet match against Bison at, what pay-per-view was that? I don't even remember, I think Exodus. That was like his only CMV match. Ooh, Billy. A little bit of a jig before dropping that elbow stamp. Now, face first off the canvas. I love that move. Psyching him out like he's going for his super kick. Instead, clocks him in the jaw. But look at that hot tag to Rise at the same time. Here comes Bannon. The two thick boys colliding. Rise getting taken up over the shoulders and dropped on the top turnbuckle with his snake eyes. Oh, I can forget Wendell Grace. Wow, that clothesline was way off. Rise going to pay for it too, man. Bannon and Billy have a huge opening here with Bloody Justice down on the outside, and Bannon looking to fuck Rise's ass, break his back, and make him humble. But Rise is having none of those things here tonight. Able to grab Bannon's legs and pull himself through to escape that camel clutch, baby. Irish whip. Now rebounds this Bannon, goes for a back elbow. Punch to the back of the head, going to take Rise for a little bit of a cheeky walk here. Oh, man. Oh, vintage Bannon with that Hangman's DDT. Billy Weaver's feeling it. The CM Universe behind this unique team. Brought together by fate, but only a 2 count there. Billy mean-mugging Bloody Justice. Oh, now Rise busted wide open, but Bannon smells the blood like a shark in the water. Now gonna close in on the kill Old school Bannon with the vertebraker, or the healing touch, as it is better known. Into the pin, and that just might do it, folks. 1, 2, 3! Bannon and Billy Weaver work together to get the job done. Bannon and Billy Weaver somehow coexist to knock off the former Fusion Tag Team Champions in Blood and Stone here tonight. And look, wow, look at this. Actually getting along. I'm sure that won't last. As soon as they get to the back, gonna have to make sure security's there. But an impressive job well done, and a great victory for Bannon and Billy here tonight. All right, here we go, guys. Sorry about that. Had a little bit of a coughing fit. Yeah, Bob Luger's in a solid 79, you know, where he belongs. All right, let's get it on. Our first of 3 championship matches here today, or tonight, wherever you are in the world. Validation, the second annual Validation. As we get ready for Black Gale challenging Matseo Yuman. Of course, the final match of the pre-show will be John Reed taking on Dave Turner before we kick off the main card with Alistair Knox and the Bloody Brick going at it. Double title matchup. If someone could actually repost that tweet from John Reed. I saw it, but I was in the middle of commenting and couldn't tweet it. Here's one from Ryan Kent, though. Ryan Kent says, I would like to thank all the people who have come down from Ireland to watch me beat the living shite out of the man they call Andrew Briggs. Just, you won't be disappointed. Hashtag 2-time champion. I don't know why I said just there. So Ryan Kent obviously very confident in himself. He's got that Irish section here somewhere in the arena. Of course, we're in London, England, the O2 Arena. That rubber match later on the main card between he and Andrew Briggs for the light heavyweight title. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to this right here, too. Here's a tweet, guys. That tweet I was talking about from John Reed. He said, Dave wants to help me. No one can. Dave wants to play mind games. He's playing the wrong games. Ominous words there from John Reed. That matchup up next, but first, the Black Gale making his way to the ring for the biggest matchup of his CMV career. Black Gale earning this opportunity by defeating Johnny Columbus some weeks ago in the main event of Reality Wrestling. Also coming off a big win over Zach Cage just a couple of nights ago on Genesis, guys. Gale, a very unorthodox, unique competitor. He has his vices, he has his addictions, but as I said on Genesis, I think that's a large part of why so many people like him in the CMV universe. They can relate that he has his issues, his problems, but he also wants to succeed. He wants to fight through them, and he looks to do that here tonight. Here's a tweet, guys, from Andrew Briggs, responding to Ryan Kent, says, the only thing the Irish the fans will see is a repeat of King of the Ring. Hashtag bow down. That hot fire right there from the King of the Ring winner, Andrew Briggs. And speaking of King of the Ring, here comes the man who at that event became the Rising Star champion. RJPW's Matseo Yume defeated Jack Dialop to win the gold. We haven't seen him since the King of the Ring tournament. It was after that event that he actually took the championship, threw it on the ground, and stomped on it. We know that since Matseo Yume, should I say, came from RJPW to CMV, he's been very vocal about how much he dislikes and has a disdain for CMV. Thinks RJPW is head and tails better, the superior, company, playing field, if you will. But he was dispatched from the RJPW head office, along with Matsuda Tanaka, of course, who we see in action in our main event later on. Matseo Yume might have a nasty attitude about him. And the CM Universe certainly they're not showing their support. They're sending that lack of love right back at him. But Matseo Yume is a dangerous competitor in that ring. Those kicks of his are lethal. We saw that at King of the Ring. He nearly kicked Jack Dialop's fucking head off and sent it up into the cheap seats. So Gale, most definitely going to have to be weary of that striking aptitude. And listen to the pop for the young blood. No taunting, no roaring. Black Gale 100% focused, but look at that mean mug on Matseo Yume. Oh my goodness. The champion not taking his eyes off of Gale here. I can tell this has the making to be a good one, guys. Gale's no soft hitter either. That blackout, the maneuver he uses to finish out the majority of his matches, that springboard forearm smash, knock your teeth right down your throat. Gale has a wide variety of deadly maneuvers in his arsenal, though, that Matseo Yume's got to be wary of. There it is, the Rising Star Championship on the line. Here we go. Gale's ready. Matseo Yume saying a final prayer as the referee rings that bell. Murphy signals for things to get underway, and Matseo Yume out of the gate. Full head of steam, charging Gale with that single knee gutbuster. Now bringing the striking into play early on with that slap stiff across the face. Forearm smash out on the apron. Matseo Yume returns to the ring. Jawbreaker, though, by Gale, who, of course, is the smaller man in this scenario. Going to have to use his speed, his agility to outwit and outmatch Matseo Yume, who is a big guy. Going to be looking to throw his weight around a whole lot here, I'd have to imagine. Off the ropes. Oh, my fucking God, what a kitchen sink. That might be one of the nastiest kitchen sinks I've ever seen. Gale tries to recuperate, get back up to his feet, but a back body drop going to put the champion out on the apron, fix his trousers real quick, forearm smash, and see ya goodbye, Matseo Yume. This fight now on the outside of the O2 Arena. Black Gale using his own head as a weapon to bash in Matseo Yume's face. 5 count. Referee currently only at 2, though. And of course, Matseo Yume has a champion's advantage. He can retain the gold on a count out or disqualification, whereas Black Gale cannot win the championship either one of those scenarios. A foot DDT, one of Matt Sales. Hume's fucking legs just about as big as Gale's entire body. Big old clothesline from the thick boy. Count of 5 now. And we are getting in dangerous territory. The water's beginning to rise. I think Masao Hume just fucking nearly snapped his arm off with that knee drop. Right down on the steel steps there. Black Gale throwing Hume into those same steps, guys. And now a count of 7. Black Gale knows he's got to make haste. He's got to get Hume back in the ring, which he does. And at a count of 8, follows suit just before the 9. Hume now using the ropes to try and bring himself up to a vertical base. Gale's going to be a kind humanitarian there and help him. Oh, no, that's not a place that Gale wants to be. Matseo Hume with these closed-fisted clubs right to the chest, the beats of the Bajan right here, and Gale just hung up on the apron. Look at that final one, like a sack of stones, plummets to the outside. This fight goes right back to the ringside area. Action roll, though, by Gale. Snaps back to reality real quick, but countered with a reverse DDT there. Hume doing nice for himself. And, by the Black Gale. Back in the ring at the count of 4. Black Gale, I don't know what he's doing here. I guess trying to taunt Matseo Hume to getting back into the ring because he can't win by a count out. Gale's got to know that 6. Hume is back to his feet. He could take it easy, just stay out there and retain his title, but no. Hume's pissed. Gale has obviously gotten under his skin. Shoulder thrust, man. These two love battling on the outside. Or maybe Gale just trying to show Hume whose ring it is, baby. Gale gonna go out there to collect his opponent. The man with the gold that he seeks. Headstand by Gale with a side headlock applied. A little bit of showing off by the unorthodox Black Gale. Short arm clothesline. Velocity behind that one. Matseo Hume, I think, might be the last person on earth that want to get hit by with a clothesline. Look at the size of that guy. Slapping the tit, does Gale. As he drives Matseo Hume onto the outside. We all know those pads, they offer little to no support. Concealing the concrete that lies beneath. Gale unloading with a combination here on Gale, but with a count of, I think, 7. Beating his chest, Gale roars. Guys, 8, what are you doing, Gale? You can't win the title like this. Count of 9, and Hume gonna save the match again. I gotta say, I'm surprised. Again, Hume saves the match from ending via count out. Gale, I think, is playing games with Hume here, and that's gonna come back to bite him. I'm a Gale fan, but I can't appreciate what he's doing. He's gotta fight. Mind games is all good in that, but at the end of the day, it's what you can get done in that ring that'll bring you championship gold. Matseo Hume knows that all too well. Holding Gale's arm in place, just stomping on that hand. Oh, trying to break it, shatter it into a million tiny little pieces, little bone fragments. And here we go. These are the kicks that Hume utilized to defeat Jack Dialop at King of the Ring 2 weeks ago and win the Rising Star title. To the chest, and that final one right to the side of the head, but Hume not even going to try for the pin as he looks to make sure the final nail is hammered into the coffin, but perhaps he should have tried for the pin as now he's given Gale all the room that he needs. Big man thrown to the outside, rebounds, and a tornado DDT. What a matchup here for the Rising Star Championship. Gale giving Hume a run for his money as now he just stomps on him repeatedly. A hero slam? To the strength of Gale! Oh, a psycho driver. We very well might see that move up next when John Reed takes on Dave Turner. Matseo Hume shaking the cobwebs, trying to keep his head above the water. Look at that, says a quick prayer, hoping that the gods shone their light down on him here tonight. All that praying. Will it actually help him out? I don't know. Nice sit out alley-oop bomb. Lateral press now by the big man, putting all of his weight down on Gale, but still the challenger Manages to get his shoulder up off the canvas, and Hume seems a bit surprised at that. The champion looks to stay in control. Watch out, Murphy. Ooh, falling headbutt. Unique offense there. The champion brings Gale up to his feet, but a European uppercut going to stagger the champion. His first defense of the Rising Star title. Black Gale going to lean up against the ropes, and Gale maybe going to look for his patented signature spinning Euro uppercut, but if he was, well scouted by the champion. Firm slap right across the face once again. Jumping cutter attempted. Catchphrase instead. I'm sure we'll see plenty of those tonight with both Paul Devine and Hayden in action. Look at this. Gale once again using his own head to try and bash Matseo's skull and produces blood. The champion busted open. The crimson red pouring down it. Whoa, Gale! Gale, where are you going? That is pure concrete that they're on top of right now. Guys, count of 7. Gale gets back into the ring. What are you doing, Gale? You gotta break the count. 9. Gale! Gale! What the hell? Black Gale letting the match go to a countout, knowing damn well that he won't win the championship that way. What? So, guys, Black Gale victorious, but via countout, which means that Matseo Yume is still the Rising Star champion. Look at Gale, hands on his hips. He knew damn well what he was doing. I guess we'll have to wait to hear from Gale himself as to what the hell that was about. Yep, as we reach our final match in the pre-show so far, Azrael kicked off the show with a big surprising defeat of Jacob Ziegler. Then Lance Martini put down Adam Valentine in a fast-paced competitive match. Then Bandit and Billy indeed did manage to work together to defeat Blood and Stone. And then we just saw Black Gale win, but via countout, which means that Masao Yume retains his championship. As here we go, guys. The main card going to begin after this with Alistair Knox and the Bloody Brick going a one-on-one double championship matchup. But first, John Reed takes on Dave Turner. One-on-one. This, of course, being a rematch from last month's Exodus pay-per-view. We know that John Reed has been struggling really since the end of last season, accumulating a lot of losses that led him to finally give in to this inner, I don't know what you want to call it, this dark side of himself, this inner demon, whatever you want to call it, whatever it actually is. John Reed pretty much just succumbed to it. He allowed it to take him over. And ever since then, John Reed hasn't been himself. He's not even John Reed anymore. This brand new person, if you can call him that, what he's done has been, to say despicable would just be putting it lightly. And Dave Turner, the former general manager of Genesis, saw most of John Reed's career as a competitor here in CMV. And once he returned at the competition, the Hall of Famer wanted to help John Reed. He saw he was hurting and he was in trouble, but no matter how much Turner has tried, he has not been able to bring back the old John Reed. And finally, Turner has given up. And after all that John Reed has done to Turner, Dave tonight is just looking for his own form of payback. That tweet from Reed earlier, we saw he said, "Dave, you tried to play mind games with me. That was a mistake." He was referring to this past Friday on Genesis, where Dave Turner's theme went off. His theme music went off as if he was entering during John Reed's match, and that distracted Reed, nearly costing the match. Reed was able to get the win in the end. But you can tell that Turner is now trying to play Reed's game. Dave hoped that in beating John Reed back at Exodus and that lumberjack match, it would be enough to, shake John Reed out there, whatever kind of void he's in, but it just seems John Reed is fully gone. No. Castle Fave is the general manager of Friday Night Genesis. Dave Turner forfeited his position at the top of the season to return as an active competitor. And here he comes. The Hall of Famer, one of the most decorated champions in CMV history. And even though he's injured after what Reed did to him 2 weeks ago, Dave Turner is still here and still ready to get his against the fallen angel. And a tweet here, guys, from Matseo Yoon, translated, of course, from Japanese. And he says, "He seemed too afraid to fight, but whatever. I have one defense of this trash championship." There's Matseo Yoon continuing to disrespect not only CMV, but also the fans. Who knows why Black Ale did what he did? I guess we'll have to wait to hear from him. But right now, guys, Murphy rings the bell as this very personal, heated grudge match gets underway. And we see that Turner's obviously bandaged up. That's like painting a bullseye on you. But Dave's got to do what he's got to do to, put the pain to the side so he can focus here. Right out of the gate, feeling each other up. Dave able to battle out with a couple of elbows to the chest. Now tries for a scoop slam, but John Reed drops down behind for a neck breaker. Pulled off nicely. And a tweet here, guys, from Ray Furioso, a fellow Japanese superstar, says, "How about giving somebody who can actually fight a shot?" Throwing some shade at Gale there, and Yoon challenging him for the championship. Of course, Ray Furioso is a former Rising Star champion. As Dave, you can see, like I said, the frustration has built. Dave Turner's not trying to help John Reed anymore. Now he's just trying to get back at him for what Reed's done to, him, the rest of the roster, the fans, everybody. Got a big boot there right to the chest, though. I'm not too sure exactly what is injured on Dave Turner here, but I have to imagine maybe his shoulder or his chest, his sternum, maybe ribs. Could be anything, maybe all of them. Reed has done some pretty dastardly things to Dave Turner these past couple of months. Nice elbow drop pulled off there as Reed is in firm control currently, but that changes. Taking overhead with a fireman, or rather an arm drag. Now a clock to the top of the head. Northern Light suplex with a beautiful bridge to boot. Looks to finish, but only a 1 count. Able to escape to the head scissors. There's the Hall of Famer, Dave Turner. Clocking John Reed right in the face. He turns about, then a back suplex to throw him overhead. Face to face they stand. Fireman's carry. John Reed not allowing Dave Turner to maintain control for very long, as now he's brought back up. European uppercut now. John Reed with a punch to the midsection and a snap suplex Every single move here pulled off by Reed has got to just put Dave Turner in absolute agony. Dave has fought through much worse in his legendary career here in CMV, though. And against much scarier, much tougher opponents. Not taking anything away from John Reed, of course. But when you think that Dave Turner's been in the ring with the likes of, you know, Cyborg and Bison and many more, it's hard to think that he can't handle a battle like this. Not at 100%, though. John Reed with this new side of him. Catching Dave Turner in that head scissors again. Now gets off the elbows that he attempted earlier. Trying to bring him up to his feet. Dave Turner with a short arm shoulder block, though. Now a stomp to the midsection. John Reed clutching at his ribs. That's never a good sign. Dave Turner, being the wily veteran, goes for a punch to the top of the head, but gets a shot to the midsection instead. John Reed shoots in, but a snapmare going to catch him. Now in a seated position, goes for a headbutt, but an elbow to the face, going to bust Turner wide open. A reversal fest beginning to ensue here as Reed smells the blood. And a standing belly to belly. That was impressive. That takes some power right there. Just, oh! Spear out of nowhere! Oh, but that ring positioning for Turner gonna save his life. That deadly spear that Reed's been utilizing as of late, nearly cutting Turner down, the ribs too. That might have been it, if not for the rope break. Now Turner looking to stay in the game as he tries to pump himself up. Oh, and I believe there ain't no party like an uppercut party, because an uppercut party don't stop. The Hall of Famer, the former general manager, the one and only Dave Turner, rallying the CMV Universe. Another European uppercut. Wait a minute, what's that here? Oh, another one. And now Dave Turner with a picture-perfect drop kick. Hey, what up, Diamond? Welcome. A little bit late as always, but just in time for the main card to start after this great matchup it's been. But Dave Turner's looking to bring it all together. There's the back suplex. There's the German vintage Turner, now turning Reed around to greet him with a beautiful vertical. And now Dave Turner lies in wait to try to take down John Reed the same way he did back in Exodus. Up on the shoulders for the cycle driver. But Reed, right to the cut, right to the gash. Gonna set himself free. And now Reed lines up the shot. Spear! No rope break this time. 1, 2, 3, and John Reed defeats the Hall of Famer. John Reed was moments away from getting planted with a psycho driver, but he saw that Dave was busted open, tore his hand into the wound to set himself free, and then a second brutal spear. There it was right there, John Reed disposing of Dave Turner here tonight at Validation. And I gotta say, I don't really know what to say. I was the biggest supporter of John Reed, but this isn't John Reed anymore, ladies and gentlemen. This is something else. watching here. Oh, I already did that part. No, it's just time for the main card, my lovelies. As we, of course, are live from London, England, in the O2 Arena. And it is time to truly turn as we go from the... it switched spots with Dave Turner versus John Reed on the card. It's there, though. I do not, Trouble. Probably still won't for a good while. Yeah, I did it just for you, Diamond, because you weren't here for the first one, you know? Can't deprive anyone of my beautiful intro, you know? All right, but here we go, guys. It is time for the main card to get underway. 7 huge matches, and that card from top to bottom begins with this, a colossal collision. Not one, but 2 championships on the line. The Anarchy title and the CMV International Championship as the Bloody Brit and Alistair Knox collide toe to toe. And of course, we are in Bloody Brit territory. This is the hometown of Chris Andrews. You know he's going to have the fans on his side. But Alistair Knox doesn't have a care in the world for fans for things like fans. Sure, he has them. I don't know of a single person that can deny Alistair Knox's in-ring abilities, especially this season, only suffering 1 loss. And you could say that maybe that was a fluke because just a couple weeks before that, he beat Lance Martini. Remember, before Martini got the win back earlier this month. But either way, Alistair Knox has been on an incredible roll as the Anarchy champion. He broke Chris Andrews' long-standing record for most defenses as CMV Anarchy champion back at Exodus when he retained inside of Rage and Occasion. Look at the defenses that Knox has. He retained inside of an Armageddon Hell in a Cell against 5 other men. He retained in a 6-pack challenge back at Death Wish. And history could be made once again. Another record could be broken here, because if Alistair Knox wins this match, then he will go on by the time CyberSlam comes our way, which is the next pay-per-view for Genesis 4 weeks after this. If Knox beats Chris Andrews here by CyberSlam, Knox will have broken the Brit's record for longest reigning Anarchy champion of all time. But the Brit here has the chance to stop that from happening himself. As here we go, the fans are on their feet for the hometown hero, the Bloody Brit, the international champion, Chris Andrews, ready to become only the 5th man ever in CMV history to hold 2 titles at once. Hayden was the first ever to do so when he was world champion, and he beat Jeremy Blake at the Royal Rumble to win the Intercontinental title, forming the Undisputed Championship that he holds today. The second ever, of course, was Troy Voodoo, who held the Undisputed title and the International title at the same time. And then third and fourth would be Webb's Justin Edwards and Adam Bradley, who held the World Tag Team titles and the Fusion Tag Team titles at the same time. And of course, Andrew's not the only hometown hero tonight. Speaking of Hayden, the world champion, he's an action later in our co-main event. But the people of London, England are on their feet. They're chanting, they're cheering, they're behind the Brit. But if Knox wants to walk out with double championship gold, if he wants to stop Alistair from breaking his record for longest reigning champion of all time as Anarchy champion, he's going to have to take down this man. Only the second ever double championship match in CMV history. Here at the second annual validation, and there he is. The ominous, the dominant, the dangerous Alistair Knox. This time last year in CMV, Alistair Knox wasn't even in the company. Alistair debuting a couple of months before the end of last season, and boy, has he made an impact. Taking CMV by storm, a former Rising Star champion, won that title just a month into his CMV career. Of course, this time last year, Chris Andrews' validation might hold bad memories for the Brit, because This time last year, he tapped out to Zach Cage. He actually lost the Anarchy title to Zach Cage in that match. And we know that Aleister Knox and his arsenal, he wields that deadly, devastating, deep guillotine submission hold he calls censorship. But the Brit, of course, has his own dynamite to battle that in the form of revenge. I think it's really a question of who gets off their finishing maneuver first. These two men managed to work together long enough to get a win a couple of nights ago on Genesis over Lance Martini and Adam Valentine. But there ain't going to be no handshake. There ain't going to be no hugs, no fist bumping before, during, or after this match. And there's one of the two titles on the line here. Of course, you can't do double title matches in the universe. Dumb, stupid. But the International Championship is two up for grabs. As the current champion, the holder of that prestigious title, the Bloody Brit himself, the whole fucking shebang, man. The hard-hitting, mean-mugging, lager-drinking Chris Andrews is ready to go. And of course, could be argued as the greatest Anarchy champion of all time, especially if he is victorious here tonight. The ominous, the dangerous, deadly, and dominant Aleister Knox. See how Knox didn't pander to the fans. He didn't taunt. He simply looked at the championship himself. He knows what's on the line, as does the Brit. Referee Murphy shows him the Anarchy title. Andrew shakes his head. Holds it up high. The International Championship also on the line. As this double title match gets underway, the Brit is ready. Knox is ready. They're like bulls ready to be let loose out of the pin. Rings the bell. Here we go. Meet middle of the ring. First time ever. And the Brit manhandling Knox. Just tosses him overhead like a rag doll with that belly to belly. Goes for a punch to the side of the head to rack that brain, but Knox fires back with an elbow. And now a nice leaping lariat to chop down certainly the stronger of the two. Aleister Knox is not really a precise way to describe his offense, his in-ring ability. He's not a high flyer. He's not exactly a wrestler. He's not a technician. He's not a brawler. He's just a well mix of everything. And of course, a submission expert. Whereas the Brit through and through, most of his matches, I always say, would probably be better suited happening in a bar. Look at that. We get a couple of suplexes all brought together. We know how the Brit loves all things threes. Ooh, and chopping him down with that short arm clothesline. Bringing him right back up. You ain't done, boy. And a second one. Oh, that's still not done. Knox ain't on easy street tonight, that's for sure. A third short arm clothesline by the International Champions. We see Knox already spilled to the outside. I mean, both of these guys do have a champion's advantage. Oh, mamma mia! Guacamole! Getting well acquainted with that ring apron right there. The Brit getting his spine shattered over it. As I was saying, both these guys have the champion's advantage. Shit, Knox can retain his title on a count-out disqualification. Brit could do the same. Both these guys would just go home with their respective titles like nothing happened. It'd be a shame for it to end that way. Currently, we're already at a count of 4 here. These two beating the hell out of each other on the outside of the ring. Count of 6 and a nice Scottish sickle for all the Scots in attendance. Oh boy, count of 7, and we know that the Brit, it's a legit way to win. What? The ref not allowing him to exit the ring, though. And Knox uses that opening to get himself back into the squared circle. Now the Anarchy Champion just gonna greet the Brit to that canvas face first. Up to the second turnbuckle. Elbow drop connected. Looked like he might have caught him right in the face there. Gee, that was nasty. Knox now going to take Andrews for a little bit of a walk. Leaning him up against the ropes. Going to use the ring as a weapon It's a slingshot. Andrews back into the middle of the ring, but the Brit pops right back up like it ain't no thing but a chicken wing. Last time we saw Brit on pay-per-view, man, he went through a hellacious battle with the Big Red Machine, Mark Cattell, man. What a war that was. Of course, Mark Cattell in action in our main event later on tonight here at Validation. Right now, Knox gets snake eyes on that top turnbuckle, put in the la-la land. Britt looks to bring him back up to his seat. Knox says, I don't need your damn help. Get your filthy paws off me. Back and forth they go now, tit for tat. Obviously, the homework has been done by these two. They did their study and they did their preparing. It all leads up to this. Who's walking out of Validation with both the Anarchy and International Championship? Who's going to make history? As Knox going up to that top rope. Dangerous place to be. Something sinister in mind. Brainbuster! Onto that top turnbuckle. That innovative offense coming into play, but it doesn't phase the Brit for very long. He's taken too many hits to the head to feel any pain there. Only a 1 count first pinfall attempt of the match. Not going to be enough to finish. Kick to the spine. Brit now unloading, using what the man upstairs gave to him. Those lethal fists. Look at that. Across the face. Fuck your goggles, says the bloody Brit. Now Andrews face to face with Knox. Goes for the jumping putter. But Alistair's having none of it. Deflects it. Goes for a scoop slam instead of DDT. Nice counter by the Brit. And Alistair looks like that really clocked him. Really cleaned him. Look at Andrews now. A leg drop, an elbow drop, then a forearm smash. Hey, why not do it again? Worked the first time. Britt going hard in the paint as he looks for another pinfall attempt. 1, but still not getting past a 1 count. Once again unloads on Knox here. Alistair's not having a good go of it these past couple of minutes. He's got to turn the tides because he's in the deep end. Oh boy, man. Chris Andrews knows how to dissect an opponent, tear them limb from limb. We're getting a show of it right here. Going after the knees now, seeks for a scoop slam, but drops down behind as the Anarchy champion slapping his hit with a reverse DDT to bring down his challenger. Oh, and Alistair Knox with those lethal strikes and wastes no time. He ain't mulling around in the dirt, baby. Lines up the shot, but the Brit knows what's coming. Ain't having any of it. Oh, maybe went for a belly to belly, I don't know, something, but gets a rake in the eyes, wrong time to talk. Now the Brit looks to steal it with a small package. 1, 2, but just a 2 count. Close calls on both sides right there. And now Andrews with that power. Catapult German suplex. Andrews drops down to 1 knee. Out of stamina, running on fumes. But Alistair's in big trouble because now the Brit is looking to finish things off. Revenge. 1, 2, 3, and Chris Andrews is a double champion, baby. The Brit in his hometown ain't just going home with 1 title, 2 tonight. And wait a minute. Maybe I was wrong because Alistair Knox shows some great sportsmanship after an amazing bout. Both men stand tall. Chris Andrews, who's going home as not only international champion, but the Anarchy champion as well.
I think that, I'm trying to remember right now. I think Andrews might be the first ever 3-time Anarchy champion. I'm trying to think right now of anybody else. But I don't think so. I'll have to... No, Borton. So now, yeah, Andrew's now tied with Borton for most reigns as Anarchy champion. I knew there was someone who had the title 3 times. Borton is it. But indeed, big round of applause and a congrats to Chris Andrews, who becomes the 5th ever double champion in CMV history. What a match that was, and I loved the show of sportsmanship from Knox. That was a hard-fought match. I said whoever got the fin in first, right? Didn't I? I called it. Man, Knox had the chance. He nearly had censorship locked in, but Britt had it well scouted. And now, guys, the night must go on. As up next, the dominant, destructive Damien makes his pay-per-view return. Currently sitting at 15-0, Damien has one of the most impressive records in CMV history. Nobody has lasted longer than 10 minutes in the ring with this guy. Only maybe 2 or 3 have gotten past 5 minutes. But tonight, Damien faces his biggest challenge yet in his CMV career, in the form of the real #1 Bubba. This all started at the top of the season with a harmless comment by Shanaz. I don't even remember what the comment was. I think it was something about Damien's hair. And that just started a whole thing. Damien, it was last month after Shanaz Andoni had qualified for King of the Ring that the Gargoyle Destruction took Shanaz backstage and virus slammed him on the hood of a limo, obviously taking Shanaz out of action, which meant that he could not compete in the King of the Ring. That was a huge opportunity stolen from Shanaz by Damien. But Andoni returned earlier this week after 4 weeks on the shelf and jumped Damien. The only man I have ever seen manhandle Damien, ever. Shanaz stood tall over this unbeaten behemoth. But that was a jumping. You gotta be fair, Shanaz. What? I just saw his legs. What's happening? Was that Shanaz? Hello? Someone turn the lights on. I can't see a damn thing. Ah, there he is. Shanaz Andoni paying tribute to Aladdin, I guess? That's an Aladdin attire, I think. Brilliant, beautiful. Shanaz Andoni, as always, looking to impress the CMV universe. Don't let his appearance fool you, though. This is one of the most decorated superstars in CMV history. A 2-time World Tag Team Champion, one half the longest reigning World Tag Team Champions of all time. A 2-time Light Heavyweight Champion, Fusion Tag Team Champion, and 2-time Anarchy Champion. You might look at this guy, you might think he's a joke, you might think he's a pushover. Like I said, even though, like I was about to say, you gotta give credit, or you gotta be fair, Shanaz did jump Damien, he caught him off guard. That's not gonna happen tonight. They're gonna stand face to face in the ring. Damien either going to go to 16-0 tonight, or Shanaz is going to be the one behind 15-1 as he limbers up, making sure there's no crooks, no creases, making sure he's nice and flexible. I guess he's going to have to be against someone like Damien, who's about to fucking explode. While Shanaz ain't no thing but a chicken wing. Two polar opposites, and there we go. Damien, you know he's been fuming all week since Shanaz attacked him on Fusion. You know he's been feeding to get his hands on the Bubba. Look at this, fucking mauling him. Shanaz might have made a mistake doing what he did. But he wanted to show the world that Damien's just a man. He might look like a monster, he might act like a monster, but he is just a man. Right now, though, it's hard to see that because Damian is murdering the Punjabi Playboy. What the fuck is Damian doing? Shanaz, man, I don't even think he got the chance to breathe before Damian was on top of him. Now the choke slam all the way up and back down again. And the most deadly maneuver in CMV today that nobody has kicked out of to date, the Virus Slam. Wow. 1, 2, 3, and Damian is 16-0. Wow. Simply incredible. Damian just murdered Shanaz Andoni. Shanaz's entrance was longer than that match. Shanaz kicked the Hornet's Nest, and the Hornet's Nest responded. Holy shit. This man is something else. I thought Shanaz, dare I say, I thought Shanaz might even be Damian's first loss. Boy, was I wrong. Who's gonna stop this guy? This monster. Sitting here fighting the urge to not sing along to enemies is the hardest thing I've ever had to do. All right, guys. God damn, that is not the way I expected that match to go. Holy shit, 16-0 is Damian. Jesus, mamma mia. But the night must go on. The show must continue. The third matchup here of the main card, the rubber match that everybody and their mama's been waiting to see since Ascendance 4. It is the Firestarter Ryan Kent. It is the King of the Ring winner and light heavyweight champion Andrew Briggs. With his title on the line, we're finally going to see which of them is the better. I'm going to have to do Fusion on Tuesday for 2 reasons. Because A, I can already tell my voice is going to be absolutely obliterated by the end of this. And 2, I'm going to Jerry Springer again tomorrow. Last time Fusion will be postponed. I know I postponed it the past 2 weeks. But yeah, Fusion going to have to be on Tuesday. Ryan Kent, ladies and gentlemen, arrives at Validation. Making that tweet earlier tonight. He's got the Irish section out strong here. And attendance. This, of course, guys, stems way back to Ascendance 4, the grandest stage of them all, where Ryan Kent challenged Andrew Briggs for the light heavyweight title. The exact scenario we have here. And that night on the grandest stage of them all, Kent would defeat Briggs. And of course would go on to have that legendary historic reign as light heavyweight champion. But it was just 2 weeks ago at King of the Ring, the finals. It came down to Andrew Briggs and Ryan Kent. And Briggs got the win back by defeating the Firestarter. And of course taking that huge opportunity away from, we know that Briggs in 2 weeks time, guys, at Sacrifice, 2 weeks away, Sacrifice, the next Fusion exclusive pay-per-view, Andrew Briggs will challenge the winner of Bison Hayden later on tonight in our co-main event for the world title. Briggs finally broke that glass ceiling, but before he gets focused on the world title, He's got to settle things here with Kent. The rubber match, baby. Who's the better man with the light heavyweight title on the line? Of course, still so much to get to, guys. Up next, after this matchup, the first of 2 8-man elimination tag team matches as Team King takes on Team Divine. Then Gary Sukhanov, the Russian Ogre, the Alpha World Champion, takes on the Unknowns in a 1v3 handicap match. Then, of course, Bison, the Barbarian, he's back and looking to finally win the big one when he challenges Hayden. Then, what some are calling the biggest main event in CMV history, Click versus Team Stewart, with so much on the line. But first, here we go. It's the return match. They currently stand at 1-1. The prestigious CMV Light Heavyweight Championship is what is on the line here. We know what Ryan Kent did with that title. The last time he held it, he went on to shatter the record for most defenses as a champion. 9 times Ryan Kent defended that title. He's a future Hall of Famer, the most decorated champion in CMV history. Kent looking to add another run to that resume as he sends it right at Briggs, saying, "You are done, kid." And Andrew Briggs, after years in CMV, after scratching and crawling, finally broke that glass ceiling by winning King of the Ring. Now he's with the big boys. Now he's in the main event, and he's got to prove that he belongs here. He made history by becoming the first ever 3-time light heavyweight champion this season. Will he make history again here tonight? Can he retain against Kent? Can he go to sacrifice, challenge either Bison or Hayden, become a double champion? Murphy holds the title up high for all to see. Ryan Kent, Andrew Briggs, it comes to an end. The match we've been waiting for. Title on the line. Referee rings that bell, and here we go. Andrew Briggs got a little bit of a taste of what the main event scene will bring him earlier this week on Fusion. In the main event, a triple threat match against Travis King and Paul Devine. He held his own. Paul Devine ended up pinning a King in the end to win it, so Briggs wasn't involved in the decision. And now it's another huge opportunity for Briggs to knock off an A-lister in CMV. Like I said, a shoo-in to be in Hall of Fame one day. And Briggs did it 2 weeks ago at King of the Ring, the finals. Oh, right into that barricade. Oh no, Ryan Kent punishing Briggs as he back suplexes him on the wall, the security wall there. Good God, man. Guys, we're already at a count of 8 here, mind you. And Ryan Kent does not want to allow Andrew Briggs to take the champion's advantage and retain via a count out, which I'm sure Briggs will be fine doing. Both these guys are dirty heels, so expect a whole lot of shenanigans in this match. Ryan Kent now face-to-face with Briggs. Irish whip the champion, rebounds right into a back elbow, attempted back elbow. Andrew deflects it, though. Now a pump handle setup, and this is not good news for Briggs, or good news for Kent, rather. Great news for Briggs. Vintage Andrew right there. Gonna go for the first pinfall attempt of the match. Lateral press. That's disrespect shown right there by Briggs. I think that'll be enough. Ryan Kent able to kick out. Goes for a knife edge chop, deflected by Kent, though. Now from behind with a spit out single knee gutbuster, stepping it up a notch. These two working on each other's ribs. Punch to the midsection there. The King of the Ring winner, 5th annual CMV King of the Ring winner, joining the likes of Hayden and not Duo Maxwell, joining the likes of Cyborg and Hayden, Paul Anderson, and Randy Borton. Some of the greatest to ever step into a CMV ring. Stomp down onto the lower back there now. Andrew Briggs pouncing on top of Andrew. Look at this. Mowing him down with these right hands and a cheeky stomp for good measure as he's getting up off of him. I like Briggs' attire. And look at Ryan Kent. Look at Kent talking that trash. I don't think Ryan sees Andrew Briggs belonging in the main event scene. I don't think he sees him as a credible threat. Even though Briggs beat him in King of the Ring, obviously, I still think Kent is underestimating the light heavyweight champion. And that'll be a big mistake, if you ask me.
Clothesline there by the challenger, though. And the CMV veteran lines up his shot to drive that knee right into the temple. Ryan Kent obviously has something in mind here, going to work on the legs of Andrew Briggs. We know that Briggs oftentimes likes to go up to the top rope. He's a very agile superstar, so Kent knows if he takes out those legs, gonna take away a huge chunk of Briggs' arsenal. Whereas Ryan Kent is just a powerhouse through and through and through, the polar opposite of his brother Sean, who's a high flyer and very agile. Ryan Kent likes to fling his opponents around, treat them like meat. Nice little swanton bomb there, though, from the second turnbuckle. Now vintage bow countered into a dragon screw. Andrew Briggs, he knows Kent too well. Deflects the jumping cutter, though. Now Kent with a Michinoku driver. Win or lose here in 2 weeks' time. Briggs has a date set with Bison or Hayden, whoever's world champion for the title. But you know, Andrew would love to head into that matchup with a pay-per-view win here and still as light heavyweight champion, as Kent once again mocks Andrew Briggs. Look at him. Look at the way he's treating him. Ryan Kent treating Briggs like a child here. And here's that power game I'm talking about. Gut wrench power bomb. Deadlifting Briggs up off the canvas. Not that Briggs the giant man, but still, that's 200-something pounds. And now the clothesline all the way from the deepest depths of hell. That's actually what Ryan Kent utilized, believe it or not, back in Ascendance 4 to dethrone Briggs as light heavyweight champion. But this time doesn't even go for the pin, instead continuing his attack from the driver's seat, dominating Briggs right now. The champion has got to fight back, got to turn the tides right there. Now with the opening, can Briggs seize the opportunity? Ooh, nice face buster. And now Andrew lets us know he's still alive and kicking. Wrong time to taunt, though. From behind with a back suplex face buster. And now Kent looks to seal the deal. Gonna make Briggs pay for being too cocky with the Kent Clash. 1, 2, 3, and Ryan Kent is once again the light heavyweight champion. Andrew Briggs got cocky at the end. He taunted, he turned his back on the fire starter, and he paid for it. But wait a minute. A handshake? But Briggs with a low blow. Andrew loses his title, but the King of the Ring winner is the man standing. Low blow by Briggs leaves Kent writhing in agony, not able to see his ship win. All right, my fine feathered friends, we are getting into the deep end of the validation card here, as it is time for our first of 2 8-man elimination tag team matches. Team King about to lead his band of misfits and snarks into battle against Divine and his chosen men. The future of Fusion, if you ask me, and what Divine has selected for his partners. Travis King and Paul Divine have been on each other's throats since the start of the season, and it's all because Divine has beaten Travis King not once, not twice, but not 3 times, but 4 times this season. Paul Divine has pinned the Perfect Specimen. And remember last season, Travis King was unstoppable. He had 1 loss, and that came at the hands, believe it or not,
of one of his selected partners, the United States champion Harvey Hastings. One loss last season. And of course became world champion at Purgatory before it all came crashing down due to Schmitty stripping him, beating him bloody, and then firing him. But when he was brought back by Johnny Sampson at the start of this season, man, we thought we were going to see the old Travis King. He was going to wreak havoc, but Paul Devine has completely just not rained, but drenched his parade. And it has made Travis King into an unstable individual. What he did to Devine 2 months ago was ghastly. Costed Devine nearly a full month of his career. But Devine's back. And now the bad blood will finally be settled when we find out which team is superior. I gotta say, Travis King has selected one hell of a lineup. United States champion Harvey Hastings, Matt Devious, former Money in the Bank winner, who went on a, 15-16 match winning streak last season, and then Chris Diamond, the Baller, former Rising Star champion, one of the quickest Rising Stars on Fusion this season. And of course, there's the man himself, the former world champion, the perfect specimen. Travis King emerges from the smoke and looks to finally get one up over the Asian sensation. Oh man, this is Gumbel's favorite match right here. And this is an elimination 8-man tag team matchup, my friends, which means that all members of one of these teams have to be eliminated before we can have a victor. So many possible combinations can come out of this scenario. We can have it can come down to 1-on-1, it can come down to 2v1, it can come down to a full team versus just one man left standing. And with the 8 personalities that we have in the ring here at the same time, this is going to be an interesting one, folks. No, it's October. You try refreshing. We are live. It's still going. Team leader Travis King, ready for battle. Like I said, he has assembled a great crew here. I'm not going to take anything away from him. I mean, people when he first announced Harvey Hastings as a member of his team, some people were like, "What? Like, really? One of the few guys that's beating you?" But you got to think about it. Travis King, he knows that Harvey Hastings is the real deal. He knows he's legit. He's beating him. How do you know a guy is great if he's beating you? I think it's an amazing pick by Travis King. There he is. Of course, former German military. Donning his old uniform here tonight is the United States champion. It's been a great season for Harvey Hastings. Coming off a recent win over Miles Kelly. Yeah, they're looking to pull a heist off, Cop. Harvey Hastings getting an even bigger negative reaction than usual here. We're live from London, England. I don't think they like the Germans very much. Peter Thompson actually had the international title for 3 months. And number 3 for Team King the dastardly villain, the antagonist, and Matt Devious, who we've actually not seen in a couple of weeks, had himself a little bit of a break. Of course, we know it's been a rough couple of months for Devious after, winning the biggest match of his career at Ascendance 5, becoming Mr. Money in the Bank, but then getting that golden opportunity, that ticket stolen from him by Jacob Ziegler. This could be the launching pad for Devious to finally start his climb back up to the top. You also got to look at not just the accolades of the team members, but look at the styles King has amassed. Travis himself is a powerhouse, so absolutely unbelievably strong. Then you've got Harvey Hastings, incredibly agile. Matt Devious, an expert in submissions. And then, of course, last but not least of the lineup for Team King, you've got the former Rising Star champion in the baller, all things fancy, and an incredibly cocky and egotistical superstar is Chris Diamond, but also an incredible in-ring performer, very well-rounded. Diamond's got himself some nasty bombs in his arsenal. What up, Borton? As always, of course, Vintage Diamond. I gotta find out where he gets his digs, man. I gotta find out where he gets these things made. How much do these cost? But he is a baller. Never been shy about that fact. And repping the Team King merch, too. So far, Azrael beat Jacob Ziegler. Lance Martini beat Adam Valentine. Bannon and Billy beat Blood and Stone. Black Gale won, but by countout, so he didn't win the title. John Reed beat Dave Turner. Chris Andrews beat Alistair Knox. Damien beat Shanaz Andoni. And Ryan Kent beat Andrew Briggs. So our fourth to last match of the evening. And these last four matches are some big ones, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Andrews and Morton now tied 3-3 for most reigns as Anarchy champ. So there we have it. Team King in the flesh and ready for a war here at Validation. Here we go. Running down Team King, guys, but Team Divine, I'm not taking anything away from. I think it's an interesting picks by Divine. He's chosen the future, if you ask me, of Fusion. He didn't put any legends, no current champions, but all fresh, relatively new superstars. Almost as if he's taken them under his wing, but it's not as if they haven't, proven themselves. Johnny Columbus here, guys. I think he really earned himself a lot of supporters and silenced a lot of doubters in the King of the Ring tournament with his performance. And of course, he has that bad blood with Chris Diamond. He knows Diamond in and out. He's beaten him twice, which made him an obvious pick for Divine. About my watermelon vodka slushy, okay. Damn. Logan Hale, Miles Kelly making us wait here. Here we go. Hale and Kelly, ladies and gentlemen, becoming well acquainted this season and forming a hell of a team. They did suffer their first loss earlier this week on Fusion to the ATL. So they got to be stinging a little bit from that. But these two men together have been a formidable opposition gelled incredibly well together, made them an obvious pick for the Asian sensation as well. Miles Kelly and Harvey Hastings been going back and forth as of late, so the legit gentleman knows all about the assassin. Logan Hale, and the longest reigning Rising Star champion of all time, Miles Kelly, are ready for battle as now we await the one and only, the Asian sensation, the man who puts the Rising and Rising Sun, Japan's biggest export, the three-time world champion, the one and only Paul Divine. Damn, I was hoping he would come out by the time I finished rolling down his intro. Of course, like a second off. Paul Divine, ladies and gentlemen, a future Hall of Famer. But Divine tonight here at Validation looks to finally bring things to an end with Travis King. It hasn't been Divine keeping this feud alive, this bad blood brewing. It's been King, because every time King and Divine have gotten into a ring against each other, twice in singles competition, once in tag action, and then of course earlier this week in that triple threat match, Divine has pinned and beaten Travis King, and King is just almost obsessed with getting one up over the CMV veteran. This is not the first time that Paul Divine has led a team into battle. What was the last? Geez, the second annual Survivor Series in CMV? It was X-Gen up against, I don't remember, I think it was Team... Ooh, fuck me, that's the match that Martel actually ended up eliminating all of X-Gen now. So Hardline mentioned that a little bit earlier, guys, but here we go! Team King, Team Divine, as it is going to be the perfect specimen starting things off against Johnny Columbus. Whoa! And Columbus already looking to take out the pack leader! Columbus with a sleeper slam! Hooks the leg! 1, 2! Oh my God! Holy shit! What? Columbus! What the hell? Sleeper slam again! What the fuck? 1, 2! No! King! Travis King! Woo! Not having a good start. Columbus going hard in the motherfucking paint to try to finish him off here. Holy shit, King just took those finishers and ate them though, and now he's looking to send it back at Johnny Columbus. Check mate. Look at that, King just shot a glare at Divine after pulling that off. Hooks the leg to score the first elimination. 1, 2, no, but only a 2 count. And now it's King who's giving Columbus a taste of his own medicine. Columbus going for another ride, and not a fun one. Checkmate. Into the pin, but a rope break saves Columbus. Look at Divine coming in. Travis King says, you want some? Come get some. Oh, there goes Murphy taking his bump of the night. Look at King. Holy shit. Making a sandwich in the corner out of Team Divine. Oh, man. A trio shoulder thrusts, and now Divine taken out. He was just coming in and trying to help out Columbus. Looks like
was that Chris Diamond is continuing the attack here on Paul Devine, on the team leader. Devine's team can't do anything about it. The ref doesn't see it. Johnny Columbus, though, trying to fight back here. Side effect! Side effect by Columbus! Doesn't try for the pin, and that's a mistake if you ask me. Trip up, though, by King. Now threatens a punch as Columbus looks to make the tag. Miles Kelly's waiting for him. He's hot and ready, like a nice pipe and pie. Columbus not able to make it there, though, and now up over the shoulders for a trace checkmate. Divine down. 1, 2. No, but Columbus actually kicked out there. Logan Hale cutting off Chris Diamond. Sends him to the outside, and now Travis King tags out, and here comes Matt Devious, the antagonist, immediately feeling real good about himself. Sounds like somebody's fighting over there. Oh, just, okay, pulling that Reese Matthews. Vintage. King's like, all right. Okay, then. I hear something going on over here, but I can't see. Can we get a shot, maybe? I'm going to assume it's Chris Diamond and Divine. Oh, Divine beat the shit out of Diamond and got back at him for earlier. Oh, and now Travis King giving Columbus a tour of the islands. 1, 2. No, but only a 2 count. Columbus somehow keeping his head above the water. He is getting a hurting put on him, though. Still can't even see Diamond. He must still be down outside in front of the announce table here. He's got to get back to his corner. His partners are going to need him. Into the corner. Travis King sends Columbus. Wait a minute. Don't tell me. No. The fans are already chanting. This is awesome. Apparently they don't care about Johnny Columbus's well-being. Superplex to the outside of the ring. Holy shit. Miles Kelly frantically trying to help out Columbus here. As Murphy's at a count of 2, and here comes a legit gentleman battling back. King spearing him right into that mini Titantron there. The apron. That's a LED board, though. Travis King now in a bad part of town. He's getting double teamed. Miles Kelly's sitting there like, yeah, boy, get him. Yeah, son. Count of 6. Travis King thrown back into the ring. Johnny Columbus doesn't want to eliminate King. Any sort of count out, wants to pin him. Wants to see him submit. I'm sure both of these teams have a game plan in mind, but when you get out there, when it's the middle, when you're right in the heat, when the action is on, game plans kind of get thrown out the window. You scramble, you do what you gotta do. King getting headbutting off that top turnbuckle, misses a drop kick, and Travis King looking to see if he can score the elimination off of that as Diamond comes in to stop rival Miles Kelly. Whoa! Travis King eliminates Columbus. Columbus knocking himself out, guys. Missed the drop kick and paid dearly for it. Columbus knocked himself out. Team King scores an elimination. Miles Kelly doing some push-ups here on Diamond while in the midst of the confusion. Logan Hale. Look at that. Right on the lap of Columbus. Logan Hale cinches in the Rings of Saturn. Rings of Saturn locked in. This would be a colossal blow to Team King. And Cat! Oh my God! Travis King's eliminated. The captain is gone. The captain is gone. Logan Hale taps out Travis King. That is a monumental blow. It is back to 3v3. But Hastings now looking to take the lead for, I guess, what's his team. And a con of ice. Vintage Hastings has it cinched in. Will Hale be forced to tap? No. Able to escape with a couple of knees to the back of the head. Spinning soul kick now. Kick to the midsection. The United States champion left to be the leader after Travis King.
has been ducked out, submitted by Hale. Nearly a 3 count off that sunset flip. Miles Kelly and Chris Diamond again beating each other up. Oh, as the assassin now looks for a second time. Logan Hale barely escaped it moments ago. Will he be able to again here? Miles Kelly, can he save his partner in time? Or will Team Hastings take the lead once again? Oh, what are you doing, Divine? I thought he was going to help him. Just stood there. No tap out, though. Look at Hastings. Like, you better get the fuck out of here, Divine. Oh, wow. Hastings taking out the whole team. Sunset flip powerbomb to the Asian sensation on the outside. Hooks the leg. Does Hastings 1, 2? Only a 2 count. Hastings hoping that even though Logan Hale didn't tap out, maybe the damage was done. Oh my God, is Hastings going to... I thought he was about to go attack Miles Kelly. Divine is still down here on the outside. And now a headshot by Harvey. It is 3-on-3 now. Johnny Columbus was eliminated by Travis King. Then King himself was eliminated by Logan Hale. And now Hale might be eliminated, but only a 2 count. Only a 2 count. Harvey Hastings maintains control, currently dominating as Chris Diamond and Matt Devious are back on the apron, as are Divine and Miles Kelly. Teams to their corners. Irish whip now. Oh, mama! Oh, Hale and Kelly, super kick, legit pile driver combo. The legit gentleman grabs the leg to make an elimination of the U.S. champion, but Diamond makes the save, breaking up the pin. Kelly not happy about that. Diamond still salty about the bad blood between he and Kelly, and now Kelly gonna pull a King, making a sandwich at a double H in the baller. A trio of shoulder thrusts. Now Diamond's taken out of the game for the time being. Miles Kelly looking to wrap it up here and score an elimination for Team Divine. Kelly off the second turnbuckle, takes a risk and it does not pay off. Misses the double accidental, but luckily he's a bit quicker on the draw than Hastings, or maybe not. Hastings rolls through into a victory roll, looking to steal an elimination as Diamond and Hale battle with just a 1 count. Kelly able to survive, trying to get back up to his feet, punches to the back of the head. Hastings now shoots in Northern Lights suplex, no bridge though. Instead, Hastings goes up high. The United States champion with the Blitzkrieg. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, go! Paul Divine failed miserably right there to break up the pin. Luckily, Miles Kelly has enough in his tank to power out on his own, as now Hastings looks for a tag. Or maybe, okay, never mind. Like it ain't no thing, but a chicken wang. Hastings decides to taunt instead, as now he closes in, looks to do it himself. Still reeling from the Blitzkrieg is Kelly, as now he wobbles to his feet, and this is what Hastings used to defeat Kelly in singles action a couple weeks ago, and he does it again! Miles Kelly forced to submit, and now it is 3-2. Boom! 25th punch attempted, or 24th punch I should say. Deflected though, but Hastings, instead of that, gonna get a taste of divine intervention. That'll be a rope break though, yeah, clear as day. Unfortunate positioning, but now guys, it is a handicap scenario. It is down to Paul Divine and Logan Hale versus Harvey Hastings, Matt Devious, and Chris Diamond. Sunset flip powerbomb by Double H. Doesn't look for the pin though. That's a vintage Paul Divine maneuver right there. Some insult to injury by Harvey. Looking to bring Divine up to his seat, but swept instead. Swept. Oh, hot tag. Here comes the baller, Chris Diamond. Same time, a tag to Logan Hale. Oh, kitchen sink. Oh, and a high knee. And then another kitchen sink. Chris Diamond coming in to put Divine all by himself, as the baller does a cheeky bit of a spin before planting him with the TKO. Hooks that leg. Divine has got to help out Logan Hale or he'll be in a 1v3 scenario. No, Hale able to use what little is left in his tank to power out there. But Matt Devious is taking out Divine. Busts the three-time world champion wide open, and that's going to leave Logan Hale all by himself here. Matt Devious playing keep away as Chris Diamond now with a second TKO. No Divine to try and help him this time. Harvey Hastings saying, let's wrap it up. Diamond hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3, and Logan Hale has been eliminated. It is down to Harvey Hastings, Matt Devious, and Chris Diamond versus Paul Divine. The Asian sensation is all by himself in a 1v3 handicap scenario. And on the outside, Diamond not looking to give Paul even a moment's reprieve. Not a second to rest. But Diamond getting his face clunked off that steel post. Paul Divine has been in this type of scenario before. He's had to fight against bigger odds before, bigger forces, stronger men, giants, and a time stamp for your troubles. Busted him wide open, blood trickles down the face of the baller. As Divine now with a Michinoku driver, vintage match ender, looks to eliminate Diamond and try to at least even up a little bit more, nearly does, but not quite. Drops down to one knee. Divine, that cardio game is shining through. That gas tank's running empty, but we know Paul Divine. We all know the Asian sensation. He'll never quit. 24th punch. Shades with his brother Quantum, the current unmatched world champion. Will that be enough to eliminate Diamond here? Can Devious make the save? He does. The numbers game coming in to strike Devious, or to strike Divine. Devious able to counter whatever Paul went for there. Paul's like, all right, then return to your corner. Jawbreaker now, and Diamond with a break your neck foundation. Chris is bleeding bad too. Busted wide open, donning that proverbial crimson mask. Paul bleeding as well though, as Diamond goes to work on the legs. We know that Paul Divine is a risk taker. He loves to throw caution to the wind. Chris Diamond looking to make sure that Divine can't use any springboards. TKO out of nowhere to wrap this up. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wow. Credit where credit is due. Divine survives. But now Devious tagged in, and the antagonist, I don't know what, he just hit Harvey. Signaling for the end. How much can Divine take? What the hell is this? No! Not with his own finisher! Divine intervention by Devious! Into the pin, but a rope break. The God smiling down on Divine here. But Devious says, no mind, I'll just take you out with my own. Rolling the dice. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Are you kidding me? Holy shit, what? Divine now, the corkscrew neck breaker into the pin, hoping, praying, but Diamond's gonna break that up. I'm gonna count of 2. I mean, that's just what the hell is Divine doing? You're like, boy, where you think you're going? Breaking up the pin, takes him out with a suplex, and now the baller rolls to the outside. The odds a little bit more in the favor for Divine momentarily. I don't know why I'm shocked, man. Paul is never one to quit. He'll keep going till every bone in his body is broken, till he breathes his last breath. Oh man, that was nasty. But look at that. Every time Divine hits a move now, he collapses. Fumes is what Divine is running on right now. And I don't know if that'll be enough to eliminate 3 men, one of whom is a United States champion. Devious is going to make a hot tag to Harvey Hastings. Divine going to stop him, though. Yeah, you can see Divine's limping. His shoulders are down. drenched in sweat and blood, but Paul does not give in. 24th punch to the antagonist and just plops into the pit out of instinct. 1, 2, 3, and eliminates Devious. It is down to 1v2. Diamond back into the fray. Once again, the legal man. Divine eliminating Devious. That's what I'm saying, baby. Never count Divine out. Never count out Japan's biggest export. Up to the top rope, though. Diamond looks to take a risk. Oh, talking some shit to a fan in the front row. Hurricane Rana into the pin. 1, 2, but escapes does Divine. Oh, just by the skin of his teeth. Now an Irish whip into the corner. Divine in a bad way. Diamond knows that. What the hell is he doing here? Oh, that was like a Death Valley driver. I thought that was going to be maybe a fisherman's, fucking witchamajiggy. Forgetting the name of it right now. Fireman's carry roll is what I was thinking of. There's that vintage Diamond with the roll through kick to the chest. Nearly the 3 count. There goes Devious. He just woke up. I'm like, what happened? Punch to the gut. Taken overhead, though. Diamond bleeding like a stuffed pig. Ooh, goes for a kitchen sink up against the ropes. Harvey Hastings barking orders at the baller. You can really tell that Harvey's taken over since Travis King was eliminated. Hot tag, hot tag, hot tag, Divine! Not able to stop him. Now here comes the United States champion with a head full of steam. Calf kick, goes for a single leg drop kick. Divine counters it though. Kicked up on the leg by the assassin. Now another calf kick. Divine keeps getting up. He doesn't know the meaning of stay down. Grabbing Divine by his dyed white hair here. Knife out. That was a bitch slap right there. DDT off the kneeling position as well. And now Harvey to the top rope, looking to hit that final nail into the coffin. Divine fought and he fought, but Blitzkrieg gonna look to bring things to an end. 1, 2. Are you fucking kidding me? Look at Harvey. He's like, nah. Now lining up Divine. Brings him down to the canvas. Anaconda Vice cinched in. It's in deep. And Divine is forced to submit. Wow. What a performance by Paul Divine, but in the end, the numbers game catches up to him. Harvey Hastings and Chris Diamond, the sole survivors of what was a brutal, bloody, hard-hitting war. And look at this, Travis King and Matt Devious coming back out to celebrate this victory here at Validation. King eliminated Columbus. Harvey Hastings definitely took over after King was eliminated, though. Look at these guys. They are showing the wounds of a hellacious battle. Man, I don't know if Divine's gonna ever be able to walk the same again. But I can't take. Wow, I really have no words can explain Divine's performance there. He did not. Shit, did he give it his all? Plus fucking 10,000. Why is that one guy so small? Whew, sorry about that, guys. I had to go grab a water after that. Man, if that is anything like our main event is going to be, guys, I don't think my voice is ready. Holy shit, that was an awesome match. We still got Click versus Team Stewart, and there is actually, Team King versus Team Divine. That was just pride. That was bad blood on the line. The main event, that has got some serious implications behind it. But before we get there, guys, it is time for our tertiary main event with Steel versus Hayden to come. First, the Alpha World Champion, the Russian Ogre, Guri Sukhanov. He rid himself of the thorn in his side, known as Pete Davis, a couple of nights ago on Genesis. Now it's time for him to take care of Davis's band of goons, simply known as the Unknowns, in this 1v3 handicap match. And as we get ready for our tertiary main event, guys, we have a breaking news here. Breaking news from the offices of CMV. Ted Dickens has found Schmitty, and his return is now confirmed. But Johnny Sampson has just announced that his return match will be at Sacrifice in 2 weeks against Damien inside of Hell in a Cell. That is a colossal announcement. Schmitty, former world champion, the man who ran Fusion all of last season, is back and will return in 2 weeks at Sacrifice inside of Hell in a Cell against the unbeaten Damien. Holy shit. That is... Sampson said that he was going to punish Schmitty if he ever returned. That he was going to make him pay for what he did. And what better way to lock him inside of a cage and throw away the key against a monster, a beast. And as the Unknowns make their way to the ring, guys, we have a tweet here from Harvey Hastings that says, Paul Divine, you are not worthy. Rubbing in that win. I don't even know if Divine is conscious, though. Far less on Twitter checking tweets or watching the show. Yeah, that blockbuster announcement, man. Sacrifice is already squaring up to be an awesome card. Damien versus Schmitty inside of Hell in a Cell. And we know that Andrew Briggs will challenge the winner of Bison and Hayden up next after this handicap match. As there we look at the personal weapons that have been being wielded by Pete Davis as of late. Guri Sukhanov has hardly been able to enjoy his reign as Alpha World Champion because these three Unknowns have repeatedly attacked him, jumped him, made his life a living hell. And while Guri was able to cut the head off the snake, if you will, the body is still alive. A Russian Ogre looking to stomp it into the dirt here at Validation. And a tweet here, guys, from Chris Diamond now says, Paul Divine, you were just delaying the inevitable. Me and Team King were always going to win, baby. Here we go. The Russian Ogre, the Alpha World Champion, Guri Sukhanov versus the Unknowns in a handicap match. And, of course, Guri has nobody to tag out to, whereas the Unknowns can tag in and out at will. First person to gain pinfall submission in the ring, of course, will be the victor. But this, oh, my God. Wait a minute. Unknown here lining up Guri. What the hell is this? Oh, Brainbuster! Hook in the leg. 1, 2. Just a 2 count, though. Looking to finish Guri early. Oh, my God. Right back at it. Unknown with another Brainbuster. Hooking that tree trunk of a leg. 1, 2. Just a 2 count, though. Guri just taking him in stride. Tags in the other unknown, who immediately taunts, liking the way that things are looking, staring at Guri like he's a slab of meat on a silver tray, as now he lines him up. Guardbuster GTS hooks the leg, but a rope break for Guri. No mind. Lines him up. Oh, mamma mia. Another Guardbuster GTS. Hooks the leg again. 1, 2, 3, and the unknowns defeat Guri Sukhanov. What you on about? That elimination match was superb, and that needed to happen. I'm not sitting around for 3 hours watching an 8-man elimination tag match. The unknowns making quick work of Guri Sukhanov here at Validation. They came in swinging for the fences, not playing around. They knew if they gave Guri time to get his hands on all 3 of them, that it would be their downfall. So they just struck right away, throwing everything heavy at the Alpha World Champion, while Guri was able to knock off Pete Davis. The numbers game and the unknown swarm him here at Validation and put him down quickly. Guri Sukhanov not able to rid himself of the pests and the unknowns. And remember, he has to worry about the main event too, because there's a lot riding on the main event for him. If Kliq wins, he'll have to defend against Bob Luger at CyberSlam in 4 weeks' time. And if Team Stewart wins, he'll have to defend against the man he beat to win the championship, and Elijah Stewart. That'll be his first title defense. But tonight, Guri Sukhanov, surprisingly, gets taken down quickly by the unknowns. Like I said, they had a game plan. They executed it perfectly. Guri had no chance. They just immediately threw everything at him. And as we get ready for this colossal Coleman event, guys, we have a tweet here. Luger that says, when I face Guri for the Alpha Championship, I want my new brother, Elijah Stewart, in my corner. So the work ethic Titan, obviously extraordinarily confident in the fact that he'll win that main event still to come. The 8-man elimination tag team match, the Kliq versus the Resistance. And if he does so, yes, he'll receive the title match against Guri at CyberSlam. And, of course, the big kicker, the fate of Elijah Stewart, he'll have to join the Kliq. He'll have to lay down arms and bed with the enemy, if you will. He doesn't have to fuck them. But they obviously will be, if Elijah Stewart has to join Kliq, man, it's going to be something. I'm a bit biased come that main event. And guys, here we go. It is time for the co-main event of the evening. 2 Season 1 veterans about to collide. Oh, I'm excited. I got goosebumps because he is back. The Beast, the OG monster of CMV, the Barbarian, Bison has returned and is ready to finally win the big one. The championship he has never been able to hold. And there he is! Bison is back! Oh, yes! Oh, Vince, if that doesn't strike fear into your heart, I don't know what will. This matchup coming our way, guys, after Hayden was in need of a challenger. Johnny Sampson was scrambling, and Hayden kept saying, "What are you going to do, Sampson? You're going to bring back some legend? What, Justin Sane, Paul Anderson, maybe Brett Angel?" You know, Hayden, very disrespectful, not appreciative of what Sampson has done for him, giving him the opportunity to return. Wasn't supposed to. The contract that he signed with Justin Sane said he could never return to Fusion unless Sane allowed it, but with Sane not being in CMV any longer, Johnny Sampson able to null that contract, and obviously giving Hayden the World Championship opportunity. Sampson said, "Hayden, you are a cog. You're nothing more than that. You think you're this big shot. You think you run the show, but no, I run the show." It all comes together with Sampson not wanting to be pushed around anymore. Not by Schmitty, not by Jacob Ziegler, and not by Hayden. So he said, "You want a challenger, Hayden? I got a challenger for you. How about the monster? How about the beast in Bison?" But in order to do so, in order for Bison to finally win the big one, to finally become world champion, he has to dethrone the current king of the mountain on his own level. H.T. Cutley, of course, donning that beautiful, extravagant, glistening new world title that just looks oh so good around his waist, but I'm sure will look equally as beautiful over the shoulder of Bison. And Hayden would have you think that, nah, this is nothing. Hayden has tapped out Bison in the past. They fought once before, and Hayden defeated the Beast by forcing him to submit. And that's all Hayden's been saying. "I tapped him out. He's nothing. He ain't on my level. Ain't no challenge." But you know that Bison deep down inside, he can't underestimate Bison. He can't take this match easy. He can't come in here thinking that this ain't no thing but a chicken wing. Bison is, or should say Hayden, is smarter than that. Two Season 1 veterans, the two men who were on the first ever CMV show 4.5 years later here at Validation, the O2 Arena, Hayden's hometown, baby. Certainly got the fans up on there. They're equally as excited for the Barbarian to be back. They're torn, they're split. We already had one hometown Brit victorious tonight, and Chris Andrews towards the top of the show becoming a double champion. Will there be a party at the local pub? Jesus, fucking Bison's shoulders vibrating. Holy shit. But there he stepped. I can't get up. What the hell is going on there? I don't like the look of that. Oh my God. Letting a roar emanate throughout the O2 Arena, but it does not faze Hayden any. Hayden just stands there, smug look on his face, with the championship slung over his shoulder, and listen to the pop, hoisting his title up high for all to see. Hayden now relinquishes the gold to referee Murphy, shows it to Bison. Bison, who despite multiple opportunities, especially last season as a member of the Genesis roster, always constantly trying to win that big one, but every time he got close to the world title, he would fall. Every big match Bison has had, he would slip up. Will tonight be his night after 3 months off? Bison is back! Referee rings the bell, and here we go. Bison sucking Hayden in into a side headlock now, grabs a hold of the arm, but Bison slips out behind. These two have fought one-on-one before, but it was many years ago. They want to get a lay of the land for each other. Hayden taking Bison down, and obviously Bison the bigger, the stronger man, the more vicious. Hayden as the smaller guy, going to be harder to catch, going to be faster, more agile. And of course, as the submission expert, Bison has got to be weary of that Hollywood hold. If Bison gets trapped in that, man, anybody would tap from that. Held in it for too long. Look at that. Hayden once again finishes off the... Oh, tie up as the victor. Now a clap to the side of the head and a pop-up punch. Now we're kicking it up a little bit more as Hayden grabs a hold of Bison's horns and just smacks the back of his head off the canvas. Bison knows the strategy. Ooh! Little cheeky sliding lariat there by Hayden. That was cute. Now tries to grab one, taking overhead with the fireman's carry. That's what Bison said. Cute. That's nice. That tickled. And now the Barbarian with an Irish whip, the greatest prize in CMV on the line. Chest bump. Obviously, by mistake, there's no sportsmanship between these two. Fireman's carry overhead now by the Barbarian. As Hayden pops back up to see. Oh, gets helped up. The humanitarian Bison. Gonna grab Hayden by the back of his head. Leads him up against the ropes. Ricochet! Hayden goes flying back to the center of the ring. Stomp down onto the forearm. And Bison with that power. Oh, that I've missed so much. Gut wrench powerbomb. Picking Hayden up off the mat like he's a toddler. Don't let Hayden's size fool you, though. He is strong. I'd still give Bison the strength advantage here, but Hayden, he's been known to toss men, 5 times his size overhead with ease. 2 future Hall of Famers, and it's actually crazy to think that these two, both on the first ever CMV card, they've only ever fought once. It's actually insane to think about. They were both in such a different place when they fought, years and years ago. That was back in season 2. Bison just pushing Hayden. Double boots to the chest, though. And Hayden pops right back to his feet. Ooh, looks like Bison's feeling the pain in his lower back. Down on one knee. Hayden just about as tall as Bison when he's taking a kneel. Irish whip countered, though, and now Hayden out on the apron. Brought back in like ain't no thing with a belly-to-belly. Been surprisingly a slow start. Both men exchanging back and forth with their maneuvers. Nobody's been discernibly in control. Clothesline there by Bison to chop down the champion. The reigning, defending 4-time undisputed world champion. Action roll by Hayden now, who rolls through for a neck breaker. Now Hayden, very well rounded, but at the end of the day, Hayden is a brawler. Those punches of his, they'll send you reeling. Lateral press first attempt of the matchup only produces a 1 count. As Kitely now rebounds. Double axe hit on the back of the head, but Bison rolls out just in the nick of time. Now another belly-to-belly. Tossing Hayden about like a ragdoll, and Bison says it's time to break. The champion in big trouble. Claps the temples, though. Hip toss. And you never know what's going to come away from Bison. Are we going to get a Bison bomb, an accolade, a spear? So many just weapons of mass destruction for him to utilize. But Hayden right now, justice is served for the Barbarian. Tries for the vintage combo, goes for the knee strike. Bison knows it was coming, though. Backbreaker, neckbreaker combination brought together nicely by Kitely, who now lines up the shot. Now Hayden sees his opening and looks to pounce on it. Hollywood hold! Hollywood hold! Cinched in! Bison in trouble! Bison! What? Bison! What? I'm speechless. No, 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 Hayden, don't. What the Hayden with a steel chair, retaining his title, but it's not enough. Attacking Bison, nearly hit Murphy across the head with it. Guys, I'm out of words. Holy shit! Bison, what? I mean, I wouldn't call that a squash either. Bison, I would say, had control for the better part of it. But Hayden had an opening and capitalized, cinching in the Hollywood hold. And I said at the start of the match, doesn't matter who you are, if you get tied up in that, you're either going to have to find a way to escape, get to the ropes, or you're going to tap. Bison tried, he crawled, but was forced to submit, and that's not enough for Hayden. Attacking the Barbarian with a steel chair after the fact. Jeez, I'm actually at a loss for words there. I legitimately, that's crazy. I've been talking all week long how I thought that Bison would do it. I was on that Bison hype train. Holy shit, that's crazy. I need a drink of water. I need a quick, vodka real quick to get over that. Maybe a watermelon vodka slushy. What do you think, Cop? Oh, what the hell? Guys, I'm ready for our main event. Hayden just grabbed his title from the timekeeper's area, but now he's coming over here. Whoa, Hayden. Look, I might have been on the Bison hype train, all right, but I didn't. Guys, Hayden just took a seat and rolled up next to me. What are you doing?
And still.
All right, but Hayden, you realize the show isn't over. We have the main event to go, right?
What I said earlier, if you had have recapped it, I'm here to close the show. Because Fusion's the A show.
You just went through a hard-hitting match with Bison. You're gonna sit here. You're all sweaty. You're in your trunks. You're gonna do commentary with me right now. What are you doing?
I'm doing whatever I want. Samson can't stop me.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, guys. Well, I guess as we get ready for our main event here, Hayden, indeed still the undisputed champion, who just attacked Bison post-match with a steel chair, confident enough to stay out here as Bison's helped to the back. And we're getting ready for our main event.
I'm looking forward to seeing what Genesis has to offer.
Oh, boy. All right, well.
This is exactly why.
It is what some are calling the biggest main event in CMV history. I'm sure Hayden here would disagree with that, but I think I might have to agree because there is so much on the line in this 8-man elimination tag team match. It's much more than pride or turf or anything like that. Bad blood, because not only is #1 contendership on the line, the winning team's captain going to challenge Gary Suckenoff for his title 4 weeks at SummerSlam, but also if Click win, guys, then Stewart will have to lay down arms and will be forced. He signed a contract. It's in the fine print. He has to join Click. He has to become a member of the brotherhood known as Click that has been taking over Genesis. But I gotta also say that Stewart, in the biggest match of his career here, has amassed one hell of a team in order to try and not only get himself a crack
at the Alpha World Championship, chance to make history and become a 3-time Alpha World Champion, but also to keep the Resistance alive and himself out of Click, as there they are. Borton taking the lead tonight, I guess. Still the World Tag Team Champions, of course. Xander Slate and Borton retaining against Prime Vibe, Elijah Stewart, and Peter Thompson just a couple of days ago in a ladder match. So you know those four are going to be sore. And I'd imagine maybe Borton taking point here because Bob Luger, after Genesis, after his match with Matsuda Tanaka, we got that medical report, remember. Bob Luger is currently suffering a minor concussion. So perhaps allowing Borton to take the front. Maybe they're going to be protecting Luger here in this matchup. The work ethic Titan, though, he did just go through a brutal beatdown at the hands of Tanaka this past Friday night on Genesis. The last 10 minutes of it completely one-sided. But Bob Luger says it doesn't matter that I lost some match on Genesis. It's only going to matter when I win this Sunday at Validation, when I get a shot to become a 3-time world champion, and when Click take over Genesis once and for all. Man, I don't think we've heard you since you're going to be here. I guess I'll get your opinion on some things. Well, I haven't really heard you talk that much about Click, I think. What's your opinion on this? I think I've heard, well, we heard you say that you've beaten them all. You know, that's pretty much all that you've given us on them.
They're on the B show because they can't do well on the A show. You know, I'm 3-0 against Xander. I'm 2-1 against Borton, and I don't have time for Luger. He went on an 8-match losing streak, so I don't have time for that. Reese, cool, whatever.
Reese, wait a minute, where is Reese? Oh yeah, Reese, as always, just comes running out behind because he left his job. Whoa, what the hell? Yeah, Reese doesn't get his own entrance. He had to come running out. He forgot. He's late for the match, but he's there. He's there. He's right here in front of us. Hello, Reese. Yes, I know you're a former world champion. Oh, good God. But here we go. Click are in the ringside area now. Team Stewart make their entrances out first. It is a man who has plenty of bad blood with Click. And he was actually the man who this past Friday night at the end of Genesis, remember that huge brawl we got between the two teams. Markito was really the MVP of that, man. He took Click for a ride. He was knocking bitches down left and right. But even though he was able to do that, he's been unable to defeat any of the Click members this month, actually, in action. Defeated by Borton twice and lost to Bob Luger a couple of weeks ago, then took the L to Reese Matthews. But Mark Intel was a clear choice for Stewart to put on his team just for his bitter hatred of Click, and of course a powerhouse, a hard hitter. What's that?
Reese just shook my hand.
Oh, look, so I guess even though you're not showing a whole lot of respect to him, I guess he's respecting you. Nice, Reese. That's great. Yes, I know you're a former world champion. You keep sandwich. Jesus Christ. All right. Just get ready for the match, would you? This guy over here, you know? I still don't think you should be ringside after what you did to Bison, you know? He's going to come to backstage eventually, and I feel like he's going to come back out here and murder you. I don't know if this is the safest place
That's why I've got a chair with me. That's why I've got the chair.
Oh, you still got that chair ready in hand, eh? Well, I have to say, congratulations on retaining. I was speechless. Maybe I underestimated you.
You can calm yourself because you doubted me the whole time. You calm yourself.
I didn't doubt you. I was just on the Bison hype train, you know? I just thought it might finally be the one for Bison to get it, to finally become world champion. But I guess I was wrong. As now we await the arrival of the Dark Horse pick, but what I personally believe is Elijah Stewart's strongest pick for his team, because Matsuda Tanaka has beaten Reese Matthews, Xander Slate, and Bob Luger all in singles action this month. The Ultimate Dragon Slayer, the RJPW television champion, unbeaten. Definitely going to bring a big help to Team Elijah here. Click have been unable to stop this guy. Looks like Hayden agrees with me. I'm in for a reason. Look what he did to Luger. I mean, like the first 10 minutes, I'd say, of this match, it was back and forth. But the last 10 minutes, Matsuda just mauled Luger. Remember, post-match, Luger actually tricked us with a handshake, but then would end up coming back out and attacking Matsuda Tanaka with a steel chair, feigning sportsmanship, as only Luger would do. Well, Andrew Briggs did earlier tonight as well, so I guess they got that in common, but Matsuda Tanaka still, to do what he did to someone like Bob Luger and Xander Slate and Reese Matthews. Matsuda Tanaka might not have a horse in this war, if you will, that's brewing, but main event in a pay-per-view, that's a big paycheck. And the chance to take down 4 big names, and of course Bob Luger, Xander Slate, Borton, and Reese.
Yeah, but this guy might have beaten 3 members of Click, but you've got to count out Borton is a whole other challenge. He may beat Luger, he may beat Xander, but Borton, one of the most decorated guys, right?
Do you think that if they did go one-on-one, Matsuda would have been victorious? I think Borton would have beaten him.
Out of the 4 members of Click, I always forget about Reese, he's just forgettable, but out of the 3 main members of Click, Borton is probably the one I disrespect the least. He's beaten me once, so I'll give him a tiny bit of respect.
Can't believe how
even if it was by
you're
count
being a racer after you shook your head. I don't think he can hear you though. He's just talking to the announce table. This guy's nuts. What are you doing? Get out of here. I think Mark's about to hit him in the head a little bit too hard on Genesis. That's a one-on-one match I'd love to see. Maybe we'll get a little bit of a taste of it here. Maybe we'll see Matsuda and Borton get in the ring against each other. It's also interesting that you're going to sit out here with all the beef that's been going on Twitter between you and Bob Luger. He's standing right there. I'm surprised he hasn't come over here and clocked you across the jaw. I guess he's more focused on the match.
He won't come over here because he can't come over here.
Oh, boy. Yeah, you got that steel chair in hand. I see you raising it up. Oh, and here he comes. The big dog. Oh, we got to appreciate this entrance, though. Pierre Thompson, even though he choked pretty hard this past Friday night on Genesis, he had a good, I'd say maybe 20 seconds to unlatch the titles when he was on top of the ladder. But, man, he just couldn't get it off of that ring no matter how much he tried. But Thompson, even though he's undoubtedly sore, is here to support his friend and Elijah Stewart. Continue the battle against Click. So many intertwining and personal rivalries here in this main event matchup as well. We all know the history between Pierre Thompson and Xander Slate. We know the history between Pierre Thompson and Randy Borton, Mark Intel and Borton, and of course Elijah Stewart and Bob Luger. These are Hayden just whispered something in my ear. I guess they didn't want you all to hear it. I don't know how I feel about you whispering in my ear, though. You're still all sweaty, you know. You could have at least toweled off or something before you sat there, getting sweat all over my notes.
You shouldn't need notes.
Both these teams have certain qualities that make them one hell of a lineup. You know, for Click, you got Bob Luger, who has that amazing wrestling background and the strength given to him by his father. You know, second generation superstar. You got Xander Slate, a submission expert. You got Randy Borton, phenomenal competitor and a hard striker as well. And then Reese Matthews, who's still just talking to the announce table over here. But then for Team Stewart, you got Mark Intel, a powerhouse, a monster. Matsuda Tanaka with those versatile strikes. You got Pierre Thompson, a strong, hard hitter. And then, of course, last but not least, the captain himself, the two-time Alpha World Champion, and the man who has so much on the line for himself here. What just happened? Okay, that was weird. The game just paused, but it didn't pause. Freeze frame for Elijah Stewart. New effect on his entrance as the Good Vibes Kid, even with so much on his mind, still comes out here juking and jiving, having a good time, and the fans on their feet appreciating him for it.
See, this
And a
right
tweet
here
here,
is
guys.
the prime proof. I'll let you do your tweet first, but
The tweet here from Amber Briggs, of course, the Click representative on Ferocity says, the Click obviously has this in the bag. Hashtag Click rules. I'm sure Chris Adams is watching as well, the unmatched representative for Click. What were you going to say, Hayden? You're about to say something.
this right here is the proof. All the proof I need as to why Genesis is the B show. Look at Elijah on Fusion. Fringe tag team guy, couldn't really do anything. Goes to Genesis and wins the big one. This is just all the proof I need right here in this ring.
So what
right
you're
now.
saying that backs up your point that Fusion is the A show because Elijah Stewart is a main guy on
All the
Genesis?
stars go to die on Genesis. Xander can't compete anymore. He's on Genesis. Borton can't compete anymore. He's on Genesis. Luger could never compete, so he's on Genesis.
I don't know about that. Elijah Stewart has really taken not CMV, not just Genesis, but CMV by storm. As right now, though, Mark Cattell, an immediate tag in, Borton with an assisted power bomb off a suplex. 1, 2. Oh my God, nearly an elimination as Elijah Stewart comes in to check on Mark Cattell, and Luger gonna stop him from doing so as the work ethic Titan not done. Gonna leave Mark Cattell in prime position with a couple of, oh no, Borton says, nah, let me at him. Luger's got to get out of there. He's got to watch the count. He could be disqualified. He's still attacking. Luger, you're not the legal man anymore, you know, my friend. Now Luger gets out now as he sees Borton has it in the bag. Mark Cattell lined up. Borton has always been the Big Red Machine's kryptonite. Borto end. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, but Matsuda comes through to make the save and ensure that Click don't take the lead early. Borton a bit miffed about that. Now Matsuda and Reese are, oh, Elijah and Bob Luger are fighting. It's an all-out war here, guys, in the main event. That didn't take too long for everything to fucking come crumbling down. Oh, now Borton. Sweet moo music. Chops down the big man. Double boots, though, gonna fling Borton back. Mark Cattell took it in pride. Or took it in stride, rather. I'm sure he has pride also. Ooh, Spider Bomb. Big Bloody Justice fan. Mark Cattell now brings Borton up into a seated position. Oh, just gonna drop out. There's Reese. Finally back up onto the apron. Joins his Click comrades. As Mark Cattell, I think he'd be wise to make a tag right now after taking a Borto N and Sweet Moon Music. Ducks a clothesline.
Nothing about Genesis is wise.
Oh, well, I was actually about to say before the match started and everything went crazy that Elijah Stewart has certainly made Genesis his own and taken him. Like, how can you? Nah, you know what, Hayden? I'm not even gonna get into it. We've got to focus on this main event right now because there's too much on the line for me to bicker with you. As Pierre Thompson is tagged in, and of course we know that whereas Borton is Mark Cattell's kryptonite, Pierre Thompson is Borton's kryptonite. Every time they fought, Pierre Thompson has been victorious down on the neck and then into a butterfly suplex by the big dog. Whichever team gets the first elimination, that gives them a big edge. And as we saw earlier tonight, Team King got the first elimination, but then it got even right back up. In the end, though, Team King did end up being victorious. It's all about the numbers game. Many people have touched on the fact that they think the Click is going to end up winning this war in the end, no matter who joins the Resistance, no matter how many fights there are, because Click are a brotherhood, whereas the Resistance is so discombobulated. You don't know who in it. You don't know who's to trust. You don't know what's going on half of the time with them. But Elijah Stewart has mustered who he can, who's loyal to him for this big fight feel, as Borton is just like kissing Pierre Thompson's boot right now. Reese really wants to get tagged in, but Thompson is just like saying a quick prayer, I guess. I don't know what's going on here. Hayden's just, I don't know what's really transpiring. There we go. Pierre Thompson finally gets up. Stomp onto the back of the head. There, Reese was going nuts. He wanted to get tagged in so bad right there. Now cranking that neck is Prime Thomas. Matsuda Tanaka says, come on, let's wrap this up. Let's take these Click boys down real quick. Go grab
I just
a
want to
bite
say,
here
you said
in
it was
London.
about brotherhood, but we've seen Xander Slate in a brotherhood before with the industry, and didn't he turn on all them too? So I'd watch out.
Actually, if you want to be, oh, there goes Borton flying to the outside.
if you want to really get down to it, the industry disbanded, and then Aaron White kind of turned on Xander Slate. If you want to be, technical about it. But to your point, Xander Slate did turn on his protege, Jacob Ziegler, when they formed the coalition. He did do that. But I think the Click is just so much more. You can feel it, that they're just closer to. They really are like brothers, and it shows time and time again. They've managed to go over the Resistance, get one up over the Resistance. Every corner, Click is there, meeting Elijah Stewart, whatever allies he brings with him. Pierre Thompson's currently just beating up 3/4 of fucking Click right now, all by himself. And now gonna snap Borton with a suplex, neck right down on the concrete, pretty much. Watch out for Slate there. Reese is trying to help out. Borton, Xander is too, but they're not having an easy time of it. Now Borton finally gonna get the upper hand, but a hot tag! Oh, and here comes Matsuda Tanaka, baby! Goes right up to the top rope. That was a mistake. They gave Borton way too much time to come after him. Pierre Thompson, though, helping out his tag team partner for the night. But now Borton crawls over. Hot tag to Bob Luger! Oh, and Bob Luger's gonna love getting his hands on Tanaka here. Oh, but Tanaka, too much time to recuperate. Now off the top with a crossbody, throwing all of his weight at Luger and jerks that knee. The work ethic tightened to his feet, gonna meet what he did just a couple of nights ago. Kinshasa. 1, 2, 3. Talk about getting close. Marcantel takes out Slate. Matsuda turns to the crowd, says if one's not enough, I'll give him another. No, he's focused on Xander, actually. Now going to the apron. A springboard frog splash pulled off nicely. Xander takes out Marcantel. Now Matsuda looks to make sure the OG Dirty Heels and try to interfere here. Mean mugging him back onto his apron. No eliminations thus far. Oh, to the corner. Tanaka says his piece. Super kick. Into the pin, too. Can someone make the save for Luger? Or will the team captain be out first? No, just a 2 count. Xander takes out Elijah now. Xander just putting everybody down. Playing defense for Luger here.
Luger needs all the help he can get.
Matsuda staring at Xander. He's had enough of Slate taking out the Resistance. Oh my God. Luger to his feet. Kinshasa. Matsuda. 1, 2. But Reese with the save. Reese with the save. Keeping Luger alive. Clicker protecting Bob Luger like he's the next fucking coming of Christ in this match. Yeah, remember, Luger already started this match off with a concussion as well. He just took 2 Kinshasas and a super kick. He's still down, as is Matsuda now. Everybody's back. Well, Slate's still down, but everybody for the Resistance is back on the apron. Yo, Luger's in La La Land. Matsuda's taking a nap after Reese cut him down there. Slate back up to his feet as Matsuda begins to stir. Looks at Reese like, you bitch. Before turning back now. Irish whip. Gonna put Luger in the corner. Looks to make a tag to another Resistance member. No, Luger's not gonna have any of it though. And then runs into Marcantel. Well, he is the cardio maniac. Anytime. Oh, there we go. Okay. Just felt like spearing Marcantel off the apron, I guess. And now looks to make a very wise tag. And the Milkman is once again. And then he goes and attacks Matsuda. I don't know what. I think that concussion is really affecting Luger in this matchup. He's been a bit wonky. He's been acting really
Having
weird.
an injury is no excuse. Remember Ascendance 2? I walked in there against Joe Maxwell, ribs all bandaged up. I still put him down.
Here's Vintage Hayden making it about himself. All right, you're not even supposed to be here. Okay, why don't you sit there? You do your little thing, what you want to do. Oh, look at that, Borton leaving Matsuda, turning his back on the Ultimate One to take out Elijah Stewart. That wasn't smart. Hey, we're getting it, Hayden. Bob Luger, or rather Luger on the apron again. We're getting Borton Matsuda one-on-one right now. Oh, that didn't last very long. Here comes Pierre. Tag made. Maybe Matsuda doesn't want to test, doesn't want to break his streak against the Click. Doesn't want to risk it, but we get a play of the day. 1, 2. Oh, and Xander Slate saves his tag team partner. Matsuda Gonna duck Slate to the outside for that to join Elijah. Yeah, like I said, when Click were making their entrance, we saw Borton out front. I think the game plan is to like protect Luger here, because Click have been all over him, like shielding him, if you will. Luger content to give orders on the apron, but right now, the big dog is about to make a big elimination. Looks like a muscle buster. Luger trying to distract referee Murphy, keep him from making the count. Pierre ensures that there are no rope breaks for the Milkman. Hooks that leg. Will we get our first elimination? 1, 2, 3, we will! Bourne is eliminated! Marketel takes out Reese Matthews, gets payback for a couple of days ago. And the Click take a hit. Randy Borton has been eliminated. And Pierre says, hey, that worked for the Moo Moo Man. Why not the total package? Another full Nelson, or another muscle buster, rather, if you will. Grabs a hold of the leg. Here comes Luger to try to make the save, but now Tanaka gonna take him out. Oh, but Reese, woo, with a millisecond to spare, able to save himself. Look at Luger, just retracts from fighting Matsuda like, nah, not about that. I'm good, bro. Pierre Thompson continues the fight. Oh my God, to the other corner. Thompson with a muscle buster. Matsuda rallying the CMV universe as the former undisputed champion might be about to join Borton in the showers. No, Reese digs down deep for looking for what made him a world champion in the first place. That resiliency, that heart. Yeah, Pierre Thompson showcasing him old self right now. We're gonna make a tag to Elijah Stewart. Here comes the team captain, baby. I believe the first time he's been legal in this match. Crossbody, nice assist there by Pierre as Elijah gets the fans on their feet. High knee, the maneuver he used to become a two-time Alpha World Champion. 1, 2, but Luger makes the save before Pierre can stop him. And then Xander Slate with a punch to the back of Elijah's head. Luger's still in the ring, but Elijah Stewart, no, Luger's gonna stop him. Making sure that he can't get off another knee. Reese Matthews on spaghetti legs though. Luger chest bumped into Reese. But Bobby Boy's still trying to help out his tag team partner. Every time Elijah takes control, Bob Luger comes back. Luger's got to watch the count though of the ref. He's been in there for a while. I don't know why he hasn't been disqualified. Look at, oh my God, Luger with a dragon sleeper had Elijah. Fucking all the way up on that. Oh, bro, jeez, that was nasty. Stomp now onto the back of the head of Reese Matthews. What's he thinking? Up to the top rope he goes. Where's Pierre Thompson, by the way? Thompson, where you at, fam? Reese taking a risk, and it pays off with a beautiful moonsault. Picture perfect, like it was from a textbook. Now Reese with an Irish whip into the corner, looks to make a tag to either, no? Okay, Bob Luger and Xander Slate actually giving him some room to work here. Oh, he's looking for a tree of woe. Gonna let the blood rush to the head of the Good Vibes Kid, as now he just kicks him in the chest. Ah, there's Pierre. Back up onto his feet is Elijah. Reese taking too much time to get some gas back into the tank. Tries for a tag to Stewart, but Reese has none of it. Busted open now is the former world champion, and some good vibes delivered to him too. And now back in comes Marky Moo, the big red machine, and he winds up that arm looking for a bull hammer. Reese just got fucking rocked into another dimension. 1, 2, but Luger again. He might not be 100% fit to compete, but boy, is he running the op. Jesus Christ. he's got fucked. And now Marketel with Luger down another time. with the forearm smash. Xander Slate, it's up to him to make the save, but Pierre Thompson, make sure he doesn't. And there's the 3 count. Reese Matthews has been eliminated, and it is now down to 2v4. Xander Slate and Bob Luger remain. Elijah still has all of his soldiers, though. We've seen people come back from stiffer odds before, though. Shit, look at Divine earlier tonight. He managed to eliminate Devious before getting cut down by Harvey Hastings and Chris Diamond. Oh, Xander Slate is in the absolute worst place to be right now. He is just getting jumped by everyone while Luger is still struggling to recuperate. And Pierre Thompson with a power bomb to the OG Dirty Heel. Now a count of 6, Slate. Wow, Maury, that hurts. I thought you were, wow, never forgiving you for that. Make sure that Slate doesn't get eliminated by a count out. I don't believe you've ever seen Mark Martel and Xander Slate go at it before. Here comes Bob Luger. He knows that he and Slate have go. Luger's a legal man. I thought Slate was a legal man. Nope, Luger taking the helm. And Bobby Boy looks to try to make it 2v3 at least with the Cody Allen Cyclone. Make the odds a little bit less stiff. Luger with the Luger landing. Can he score the elimination before someone stops it though? 1, 2, 3. Markatel's eliminated. Slate was able to keep Matsuda from making the save. Clicker coming back. They're coming back. They're not done just yet. You still got a 2-time out world champion in there and a former 2-time world champion in there. Marketel eliminated. Bob Luger with a concussion, busted wide open, but he's still rolling. And now looking to get payback against Matsuda for that loss on Genesis. Luger landing, this time connects. Matsuda counted that twice on Genesis. Luger wasn't able to hit it. Drags him all the way to the corner to make it hard for Elijah or Pierre to make the save. Is Matsuda done? No! Tanaka powers out, and Elijah gonna take care of the OG Dirty Heel with a jumping TKO. Luger trying to stay on top of the RJPW television champion, trying to do as much damage as he can. Matsuda has yet to be pinned, submitted, counted out, disqualified. He's yet to be beaten in CMV. Luger looking for a crucifix powerbomb? No, into a neckbreaker. Nice counter by Tanaka, who's going to take out Xander Slate first, I guess, here. Ooh, final cut! And that's going to send Slate plummeting to the outside, momentarily incapacitated, and that means Luger is all by himself in a 1v3 scenario. Pop-up, double boots up under the chin. Hayden's just sitting here, legs crossed, title over his shoulder, smirking. He's having himself a good old time over here.
Just trying not to fall asleep.
Oh boy, Matsuda.
Someone stealing my move woke me up.
Pandering to the CMV universe, now a stomp to the gut of the work ethic titan. And a Kinshasa! 1, 2, no! Well, remember, it took 4 of those to beat Luger on Genesis. Matsuda's hit 3 so far on Luger. Man, Bob has got to make a tag to Slate. Slate's hardly did anything in this matchup. He's nice and fresh. Luger bleeding even worse now. Going to try to use some Dirty Heel tactics to tie it up to make things even. 2v2, 1, 2, but not enough. Matsuda able to power out of it. Slaps the mat now. Luger with an Irish whip into the corner. Tags in Slate. Tries to, but gets a boot to the side of the head instead. And now a back suplex to the drop him right on his head. Seated position. Soccer ball kick gonna send pain shooting up and down that spine. Tanaka, maybe a cross-legged fisherman buster. Incoming indeed. Main event of the second annual validation. It is currently 2v3. Bob Luger and Xander Slate remain for Click. Matsuda, Tanaka, Pierre Thompson, Elijah Stewart for the Resistance. Ooh, Samoan driver by the Ultimate One. Bob Luger keeps desperate looking for a tag to Xander Slate. Slate holding his arm out. Slate can save this match.
try and even it up, and Luger just make the tag. Bob Luger, there we go. Irish Whip in the corner, his face absolutely covered in blood now. And there's the tag to the show. A little bit of teamwork. Oh, grand amplitude by Click. And Xander lining up his shot. Can he even it up? Can he hand Matsuda Tanaka his first loss in CMV? Flips him over after the neckbreaker. Slay by Slate is cinched in. Slay by Slate is cinched in. Will Matsuda tap? Will Tanaka be forced to submit? Or can he escape? Can Xander tie? Yes! Matsuda taps! Matsuda taps! He isn't indestructible! It is 2v2. Luger and Slate. Thompson and Elijah. So much on the line. Matsuda Tanaka eliminated. Slate continues the onslaught against Pierre. Short arm shoulder block though by the, or clothesline rather, by the big dog. Stop down onto that arm. Xander managed to tie it up. Matsuda Tanaka defeated for the first time in his CMB career, but he did a lot of damage. Oh, and another trio there of gut-wrench suplexes. Vertical base, and there's the Superman punch that usually plays as the prelude to the highlight. Or maybe that'll be enough flush to eliminate Slate. No. Xander able to power out. Both Pierre Thompson and Xander Slate got to be feeling the effects of that ladder match just a couple of days ago on Genesis. Pierre Thompson, I don't know what he's doing right now. I know that he's wasting a lot of time just like moving back and forth, trying to think in his mind, what can he do to try to eliminate Xander Slate? Most of the times they fought, these two had the rivalry of the year in 2018. Remember, Xander Slate ended up defeating Pierre in a 3 stages of hell match to kick him off of Fusion and send him to Genesis. And Pierre's having a tough time of it right now. Little bit of a jig. Slate is just apparently unconscious. As Bob Luger's like, all right, just keep doing that then, I guess. Not hurting us. But this will highlight 1, 2, 3, and Xander Slate's eliminated. Luger decides to show off his biceps. The worst time to do so. And now it is 1v2. Bob Luger against Prime Vibe. So much on the line. If Bob Luger can win, he'll get the Alpha World title shot at SummerSlam, and Elijah Stewart will have to join Click. But if Elijah Stewart wins, they stick it to Click, and Elijah gets his rematch for the belt. Luger, though, you can't count him out, even though he's busted bloody, looking like a stuffed pig. Suplex neck breaker by the work ethic Titan. Can he pull it out? Hot tag! And here comes the Good Vibes Kid, baby. Rolling a head full of steam. A fire up under his ass. Finally getting his hands on Luger. But Luger slaps away the forearm smash attempt. And Elijah runs right into a Luger landing. Pierre down into the pin. 1, 2. No, just a 2 count. There goes Slate. He has to get to the back, hit the showers. He's been eliminated. Ooh, nice little flipping senton by Elijah. Oh, Stewart, the fans on their feet, and unison, high knee. Into the pin. 1, 2, 3, and Elijah Stewart wins
And that
it
was
for
worth
the
waiting 20
resistance.
minutes.
Holy shit. What a match. But it is Stewart and his team knocking off Click. And the Good Vibes Kid getting the pleasure of pinning Luger clean right in the middle of the ring. And you know what this means? Elijah Stewart does not have to join Click, and the main event of SummerSlam is set. Elijah Stewart, Glory Sukanov for the Alpha World Championship. Mark and tell Matsuda come back out to celebrate. What a match and a well-earned victory.
It's nice to see the Click get put down by 3 Fusion rejects and some unknown guy. Feels good.
Well, there's Hayden, as always, chiming in with his very much wanted opinion after the conclusion of what was an amazing pay-per-view. I'm actually drenched in sweat right now. I should have turned down the heat. I'm sweating like a madman over here. I have no voice, but it was worth it. What a show, and what a way to end things on a high note. Elijah Stewart getting one over the click once and for all. Whew. And Pierre Thompson surviving as well. Congratulations, Pierre Thompson managed not to get eliminated. And got 2 eliminations. Eliminated Slate and Reese. But, guys, thank you for joining me.
The MVP of the match was a guy who had previously been pinned in 43 seconds. That just says it all.
I guess I would give Pierre Thompson the MVP of that match. Well, wait.
But let me interrupt you.
Oh, wait, no,
this has been validation.
Wait a minute. No, wait a minute. I'm not closing off just yet. Wait a minute, Hayden. Simmer down. Because, wait, who eliminated Borton? Pierre did. Who eliminated Reese? Elijah eliminated Reese, my bad. Pierre Thompson eliminated Slate and Borton. Elijah. So Elijah got 2 eliminations as well. So I guess conjoined MVP is there. But, all right, Hayden, say your piece. What did you come out here on
shut your mouth
do?
now.
What?
You can shut your mouth now.
Oh, wow.
Because this has been validation.
Fantastic.
As you would expect, Fusion will be closing the show. Come back, was it
boy.
Tuesday?
Is that what this
for
was
Fusion?
all for? Yeah,
You're streaming Fusion Tuesday. So come back 5 p.m. Eastern for Fusion, the A show. See you later.
Is that it? Oh my God. Now he's getting up and that was what it was all for. That's why he was out here the entire time, all sweaty in his trunks with his championship. I can't believe it, I should expect it though from someone like Hayden. But guys, thank you for joining me. An excellent show that had some pretty surprising outcomes here.
I heard that.
Jesus. Can you get out of here? The show's over. Go home. You live right down the street. Oh, what? What? You got something to say? Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm not scared of you. Thank you guys for joining me. You like what you saw? Ow. Security, he's hit me. Get this guy out of here. He just slammed me across the face. Yeah, there you go. Come on, you don't put your hands up. Get this guy out of here. Oh, Jesus, man. A little rack my jaw right there. Thank you guys for watching. As always, this has been Dashing, and make sure you follow me if you are not already, so that you know when I go live. I will be on Tuesday, indeed, for Fusion. I can't tomorrow. My voice is shot, and I'm going to Jerry Springer. Gumball, Jerry Springer. If you would like to join our show, we have our very own website, which you can access. ! Join in the chat. CMVWrestling.com. ! CMV will let you know a little bit more about us if you're just a bit interested. Official CMV _ is our Twitter. You can follow us for updates and all that kind of jazz that comes with having a Twitter, etc., etc. And all the past episodes are on my YouTube channel, which is linked on my Twitch info page if you want to check all those out. Woo. So thank you guys for watching. Excellent show. And I will see you on Tuesday. Oh, gotta go ice my jaw here. Jesus Christ, man.